Tak dobrý už? Mic check, mic check. What does the sound do? Já to musím vypnout tady. Co ten zvuk dělá?
Jede.
Jeden?
Jede jeden.
Jede jeden. OK, a teďka jak je to tam ještě tohle?
Počkej. To si vypnu tady.
Dobrý. Já myslím, že dobrý, ne? Můžem? Tak jo, ale já nebudu nic říkat. Takže...
A se tohle beru? Vypnu zvuk?
Ten odkaz máte teda?
Jo.
Jo, máte jo, všechno.
Víš, čím to bylo?
Fakt? To je zajímavé.
Já jsem si, ale nevím, že to jsem z toho
Nikoláš, ty máš sluchátka.
Jo.
Aha, dobré, super.
Může to tam být zaplý, ale musí být vyplay zvuk na tom YouTube vyloženě. Stačí vyplay jakoby na notebooku, to vypnu.
Musíš přímo na YouTube, jo?
Kdyby náhodou, jo.
Aha.
Takže takhle můžeš mluvit, víš, tak se... Já nevím, no. Pošlu ti Martina.
Jo, Martin šel zrovna na záchod, takže...
Tak... Nechám to na tobě. Nejvíc se naučíš, když spadneš do toho.
Dobře. Tak jo. OK. Tak co, jede vám to, pane Vokáč? Jede vám to? My ne? Za chvíli budeme upgradeovaní. Tak já si najdu, jak vypadáme na tom YouTube. Ne to? Už prý fičíme, Martine? Už to vyladili. Problém byl v tom, že jsme prý měli otevřenou kartu s tím přenosem na počítači a to byl problém. Takže proto se ten zvuk jako dubloval.
Jsme online.
Takže jsme online.
Počkej, tak já dojdu pro diváky.
Takže... Fičíme? Jo, my jsme online. Jsme online. Já se vidím. Dobré. Tak co, tak jdem na to, ne?
Tak jdem na to.
Já se vidím, zvuk funguje. Stěrače stírají. A tak podobně, jak se to říká.
So, the most interesting game for Czech fans. Nefunguje to?
My se vidíme. Já se vidím. Bez problémů. My se... Za to ten váš komp teda. Je fakt, že jeho herní síla není bůh ví jak vysoká.
So,
Okay, let's start.
what about this position? Still home preparation.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so the infamous Vojta Plác playing against Zbigněk Hráček, one of the Czech
Best
maybe most
players.
experienced players. Okay.
I have a suspicion that Vojta played this line before.
Yeah, he definitely played it with Štěpán Žilka in Czech Extra League match. And I think he didn't go for bishop e6. He went for queen g6 or something like that in this position. But he definitely analyzed it or played it in blitz games, as I know him.
This one?
Yeah, I think so.
Computer suggests g4.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
no.
this is not the
This is
position
stupid.
Zbigněk would aim for. Okay, so bishop e6. Okay, this all looks logical. Queen c7. Okay, takes.
What do you think about the position? White's better?
That's complicated, of course.
Yeah.
Its idea to go to the one on the second.
Okay, he's got definitely better pawn structure.
Maybe better.
E5 I'm not sure, because now I'm giving away the d5 square for knight.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Why he didn't go like b3?
But after b3 you can play c4.
c4.
This is not so simple. What plan should you?
But it's
follow?
amazing. It's still their home preparation
Home preparation for black, you think?
for both of them,
For both of them.
because you can see the time,
Oh yes.
and it took 1 minute to play e5, so it must be home.
Then it's probably yes.
1 minute and 1 minute for black. It's.
Okay.
I think they played it in some pub, or I don't know.
Okay.
They went to have a beer last week and played this line, because otherwise I don't know how it's possible. E5,
Knight d5.
knight e5. I don't understand.
Okay, but you have to do something. And
Yes, otherwise it's just rook d8
yeah, and then
and knight
black's
c4 at
okay.
some point.
So
Rook.
you have to play according to some plans. Okay, e5 is probably that's acceptable. At least.
I'm not giving from d1 the second rook, and in this moment it's not e5, but knight e2 and somewhere.
Knight e2 and somewhere where? And also your pawn on a4 is hanging.
You must have rook on e1.
So the knight cannot move because the pawn on a4 is hanging.
Yeah,
It's not
definitely.
hanging because queen b3.
Queen b3. Oh my.
But,
I should take a better
c4.
glasses or whatever. No, this is bad.
Okay, but whatever. The pawn may be hanging someday.
So knight e2.
Okay, if I play c4 here
C4.
immediately.
Then I have knight d4. And now e6 square is a little bit weak. How do you defend it?
Oh my.
King f7. No, not king f7.
No, it's king f7.
Okay, so knight e2 was a move.
Knight e2 was a move of Marek Vokáč.
I have rooks d1, a1.
Probably just rook d8.
In this case.
Okay, but where's the knight going actually?
Maybe now I can take on d8 and then rook d8 knight f4. So
Uh-huh.
and if you take back with the
Inside.
queen, then I don't know.
So we think that this is one of the critical positions, but I think we are exploring America because it was their home analysis, and we are not
Yeah.
better than a computer. So we have to agree that e5 is the best move, but we don't understand it. So we are trying to understand it, and knight e2 was a healthy alternative. This is a nice point that you can't take this pawn because of queen b3.
Uh-huh.
So knight e2 was possible.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay, it was their home preparation, and it went so far, it's unbelievable.
Okay, takes b5,
C4, it was immediately played. B takes a4, I don't get it at all. It must have been some game of Vojtěch Plát in some rapid tournament or whatever. A computer says it's better for white, but it's not so clear because the a pawn can be dangerous.
Okay,
in
but
some
what
in-game.
do I do about your bishop on e7?
That's the question.
Bishop on
That's
e7.
a dead man.
Dead man?
And that's a
Dead
man.
bishop.
Dead bishop. If only you did not have that pawn on c5, I think without the pawn on c5 your position would be acceptable.
But there is still
Vivid.
this knight b4. Okay, so this is dead man, but these pawns can be dangerous. So
Okay,
Rook
I'll eat them
A1.
all.
It's also hard to find a place for the knight.
yes,
Maybe
place for the knight.
future some knight, one knight.
Okay, we are fixing to this game because it's interesting for us as a Czech commentators and Czech players. But we will look to other games also. But let's.
Okay, he just took the pawn.
They played this so fast. I mean, till 22nd move, it took them like 1 minute. 1 minute.
But just look at Zbigniew. He's taking
yeah,
almost
we will.
half an hour for his next move. So he's
So
probably
this is
out.
still preparation.
Okay, a3. Queen
I hope
b7.
they will. I hope they will come after the game to explain this.
Okay, but
And
I'd say
now-
white is better.
And
a little
now,
bit.
Zbigniew is thinking for 30 minutes now.
He can play like maybe rook e1. Maybe just try to move the knight from f3 somewhere. Not sure. Okay, let's move on, because we don't have all day for this game.
We have all day for this game, but we need to comment on Hungary team. We have Hungary spectators, so
Okay, so
I don't understand. I think White is better, Zbigniew is better, and he's more experienced, but he's thinking for 30 minutes. And Wojciech Plat it took him only 5 minutes to play 24 moves. But I hope he's not drunk. I don't know.
well, he sometimes he would need only 24 minutes, only 5 minutes to play 24 games. So it's like.
So let's have a look. Hungary, Slovenia.
Okay. Erdos Borisek.
I think it was also a long preparation. And just look at the clock.
Oh
Yeah.
my! But it's a Greenfeld. It's a Greenfeld defense.
Victor plays it with black, so he knows lemon.
Ah, that's the reason.
So he went for some long theory line. I don't know about it, but
So are we online or?
Great.
So
you can explain to us. No? It's some special Hungary preparation or?
Is it not a Hungarian variation?
he was preparing on his own, but probably it's a long line, he knows, because he played it as black too. So
Yes, so it's
Takes,
Victor's
takes.
preparation. Takes, castle e4,
But
a6.
is it not the so-called Hungarian variation in Grünfeld? I've got just the feeling.
but I think Europe was in book too for a long time because they played very fast. Like the first 20
But
minutes.
yeah, even I know this line, so everybody has to know it.
Not a specialist.
Okay.
Rook d1.
Black is doing fine in this line, but that's a very complicated position. I think this pawn structure is.
Yeah, actually this pawn is a little bit weak.
Yes, and
Because black would like to do like knight e4, but then the a6 pawn is hanging.
yes. His king is safe.
Ah, he did it. Ah, oh my.
Of course, white has the bishop there and try to push.
Yeah. And black was thinking for 20 minutes.
Yes,
So
here,
it was.
That was the first point where I start to think.
So it was a good preparation of your teammate.
I hope so.
And why you are
We'll
not?
see at the end.
And why you are not playing today?
I'm here for captaining the team.
Oh.
Captaining, really?
But I will play later.
But you are not the oldest guy in the team, are you? No.
I'm the third oldest.
Ah, okay. Okay.
And what are your ambitions in this tournament?
Of course, I would like to win.
Win. Okay.
Last year we had a bad result.
Uh-huh.
The women team won last year, but man team was in the trouble. But now we are playing for the first few places, so we will see.
Yeah. We will also see.
Nezapomínej, že ti diváci to neslyší, jo?
Mm.
Okay.
So, what about this game?
G3, A5. Okay.
White is better.
Why is
So
it-
Hungary,
why is
they
Britain
they
still in
want to
preparation?
take a medal in this event.
Okay,
so-
the Czech will obviously not let them, but they can try.
So the next one
Okay.
is where?
Horvát, amazing.
Yeah, Hungary is the favorite in this match with Slovenia.
Hmm.
Oh my.
This is not an easy game.
Yeah. Okay. What then was it? Was it a Scandinavian?
No, C3 Sicilian.
C3 Sicilian. Ah. Okay, so e4, c5, c3.
It's not that
Okay.
ambitious.
And Adam
Takes.
plays knight f6 almost all the time.
Aha, so
Second move, so this was a kind of surprise for
so it was a
Mhm.
preparation of Adam Horvat not to play his usual knight f6.
Okay, don't you want to come here and join us? So the spectators can see you.
We are online. I hope we are online on Chess24 and also on YouTube.
Yes, so here Adam usually plays knight f6, but he wanted to trick
Yes.
white
So
with the other main line with
so
d5.
your team colleague he played
d5,
d5.
yes.
And
And then yes, normal moves.
this
And
was
the-
his
and this
preparation.
Bishop f5. Yeah, that's a modern line.
Yeah. I know that the point is to take on
Yes.
b1.
Yes, yes. The point is after bishop e3, what happened in the game?
Bishop e3.
Yes, bishop e3. That's the main move probably. And the black's idea is to take on d4, and after c takes d4, which is the usual take back in this kind of structures, then bishop b1.
Bishop
and I'm
b1.
not letting white to play knight c3, and of course take
Oh
back
my.
and knight f6 and. But the problem is after c takes d4, white takes back with the knight.
White takes back,
with the knight, and this is a little bit suffering for black. So I think it's
Interesting.
holdable and it's around
May I
equal,
just
but
move it a little bit?
now I am not taking. Now I'm not taking if knight a4.
Okay.
So that's why Adam went for knight f6 and not c takes d4, just to keep the position more complicated, you know.
Keep the position more complicated.
And I think he was still preparing for this, if I can recall, knight a3, which I'm not sure is the best move, but of course it's normal move. e6 and d takes c5. Yeah, that's exactly what we were looking at. And of course white has no problems here. I mean, it's around equal, but not a typical equal position. Of course white gets pawn up, but black's pieces are more active. So, and this lone castle idea is very interesting, I think.
So, as we can see, Hungary has good preparation.
Yeah, we usually. That's
We
why.
spent the whole evening on this.
That's why we are here.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So no social program.
No, of course we are going to the city and
To the city,
and so on, but we are taking it very serious.
Seriously. Okay. That's nice to hear.
And how is your football team doing?
It's unbelievable. We were beating Austria 2-0, and yesterday we made a draw against Iceland. But in the last minute.
But the Icelanders aren't that bad, so.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We are leading the group before
Really?
Portugal, yeah, which is unbelievable. But our last round is against Portugal, yeah, so it's not gonna be easy.
So you need to make a draw, or
If we are making a draw, then probably our first place. But the funny thing is, I think we better with a lose, and then we are second. And as a second, we play with a weaker team probably, rather than we take the first place. So.
Okay.
But we will see.
Yeah. What about your goalkeeper? Why he is dressing like
I don't know.
homeless
it's
fan?
his thing for a long time. So.
Okay.
He's not a homeless, but.
I get it.
I was also watching Czech Republic against Croatia, which was amazing, amazing game.
Yeah. Czech
You came back
Republic
from the hell,
grave.
Yeah, from the grave.
Yeah. We are not playing good football, but
then-
we are used to it.
No.
So, what about the chess game
Yeah, let's
now with Slovenia? Interesting thing, White was the first one to spend 11 minutes
Yes.
here. Played bishop e2.
Yes, and I think bishop c5 is possible here for black. And
Bishop
then,
c5.
but I think Adam didn't like this line,
Okay, if I
queen
take on
d5,
d5.
rook d5, bishop c5, rook c5, and now it's
Oh
rook
my,
d-
why
rook
not
d5
c4?
is bad. Oh, c4.
No, it's bishop b4.
Oh, bishop b4 check, yeah. Just
He's-
computer
He
gives.
just doesn't see it.
Yeah. No, I think bishop c5.
Bishop
rook
c4, no?
Okay.
Bishop
bishop
c4.
c4.
It's complicated again.
You take on e3
Chess,
or
chess
what?
is complicated.
On a3. Ah.
And bishop a3 and bishop b2.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
But bishop
okay.
b a3, b
Takes
takes
on d5.
a3.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you take on d5, then probably it's winning.
Then I'm stupid.
Then yes, yes.
So, bishop takes c5 was an option.
But I think the problem was trading the
Take in.
pieces.
And he wants
And
to play
now-
for a
And
win.
he wants to play for a win, as
Uh-huh.
usual. He always plays for a win.
So black didn't like this position.
I'm not sure didn't like because I think he knew it's around equal, but he tried something else. Just
play
keep
like-
keep the pieces on the board and
Keep some tension.
So he
Uh-huh.
exchanged queens. So
he's changed queens
Okay,
and
he
then
didn't want to trade pieces, but he exchanged queens.
but
and,
he
and this is a typical ideal, this knight g4 that he went
Uh-huh.
for, this trading on
Yeah, he's
d1
playing
and knight
for
g4.
two bishops at least.
Yes.
Oh my.
I have nothing
And now
else.
white have to decide what to do.
Mhm.
Maybe he played what he played, knight c4 I think.
He didn't.
Nothing.
he has a-
Well, that's the position now. Yeah, now it's a critical position for white. What to do?
So
Okay,
Hungary
Because he
is
can keep the
satisfied.
pawn with b4,
Oh my.
But
what,
then
what happens after b4?
probably just knight e3, f takes e3, and bishop e7, I guess.
Or maybe a5? Can I not play? Oh.
a5
Okay.
is possible too. That's typical to b5 and move the knight,
Mhm.
and then you cannot defend the c5 pawn.
Yeah, b5 is a mistake.
The b5
Yeah,
is a
just-
mistake.
just
Oh
move.
my, you can take it immediately maybe.
Oh, sorry. Yes. That's possible too.
So, good preparation.
Yeah,
Now I
that's okay.
think white is under pressure.
Yeah.
Because he can't keep the bishop.
Well,
Oh, he can,
probably
but
knight
he will-
c4 is the best move, and knight e3, bishop c5, knight f5.
Ah, okay, this one. And take it with the knight.
Yes, and take
This
it to
is
the knight.
saving.
But I think here Adam will play something.
Yeah, maybe bishop e4.
Bishop e4, not
Bishop
bishop
e4?
c5. Yes,
Yeah,
probably.
just play for
With
compensation.
or bishop g6 because now knight g5.
Uh-huh.
Bishop g6.
Maybe.
Ah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
a little bit too much, maybe.
Maybe
No?
because now you can defend the pawn.
Or because I have a3 in reserve here. I have a pawn up. Oh, you can play on, but
Yeah, so this is still
It's
very
it's
complicated.
possible. Possible.
Typical pawn down, but bishop parent
Bishop
compensation.
compensation. Oh, this is very interesting. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks.
No, we have another game.
I'm not
Uh,
giving away any other secrets.
Do you have
Yeah,
some-
secret.
Do you have some
secret.
specialties?
Yes, prepared. Home
Oh.
preparation.
Oh my, what is this opening?
This I don't know anything about it.
What the heck?
That was not a home preparation. I can
So
C4,
c4.
B6.
yeah, we were surprised.
And
a little
after
bit.
3 minutes, he decided to play
Yes,
e4.
e4.
Yeah, so it was why didn't expect b6?
Of course, yes.
Of course, that's the thing. So this is broken.
Which we can say is not the main move.
Yeah, e4.
And now g3. I don't know anything about this.
No.
This is new for me.
New stuff.
This is new stuff.
Oh my, f5.
And f5.
Hmm.
But this game is gonna be very interesting. Both players are very creative, I think.
Okay. Bishop d2. And can I not take the pawn?
Why to take
that's
the
too
much?
much. That's too
Why?
much.
Why?
Which pawn? On
On
e4?
e4.
Why?
You heal on g7.
Yes, and now
This is unnecessary. But castle, it's okay.
Queen e2. Will he go for
Queen e2.
castle?
No, but after this one,
knight c6, knight f6.
this is threatened. So
Okay, so knight f3.
knight f. I think black is doing okay here.
Yeah, I think so.
Bad news for Hungary.
No, I mean
It's okay.
it's okay.
It's okay. You
It's
will
a
win.
game. It's a
It's a
game.
game. It's a game. Yeah, but
But I would prefer black.
Yeah.
I mean, all of his pieces are much
But
better
what
than
was
white.
what was the mistake?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this free g3 move.
This is a
It's
little
not a
bit
mistake,
weird.
I mean-
He likes one b6, 4 f5, and
But
is
I
better.
think if he gets to the position, I think this is normal, not?
But then Something is hanging, nothing is hanging. Yeah, queen e2 was interesting. I don't know.
Queen e2 looks a little bit
Because
stupid.
that's a
not it?
structure when white usually puts the knight on e2.
Yes.
That's why I played
Yeah.
e4, d4.
Yeah, and he wants to
And
play
then
like
just cast-
f4 and
Yeah, in the future.
so castle, and this is normal. But this queen e2 we don't like.
Yeah, he provoked them to play strangely.
Yeah, but this is very complicated.
Computer suggests some advantage for black. d5, oh my.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Why
d5
not
is
d5?
is not an easy move to find. And now look,
But
it's jumping
it-
all over.
Okay, but d5 is definitely logical. White is underdeveloped.
And what do you do if I play e5?
Maybe knight
You take
e4.
take on c3 and
Maybe.
knight e4, or
Yeah,
knight
yeah,
e4 right away.
Again, yeah.
And if I take
And
back.
I just
take.
take with the pawn.
Yes, and now
You know, also
now there's big
d4.
problems.
Oh
Yes,
my.
yes, tactics
Oh
are, tactics
my.
are
Oh.
working.
It's too much.
d5. So for our spectators, d5 is a typical central break because black is ahead in the development. White has no castle, so d5.
Yeah.
I hope they don't hear me in the playing hall. It would
I
be
also-
unfair.
Because they are the closest board, so
Yeah.
That, it wouldn't really help them, so.
No, but it's your opponent.
I
so.
know.
So this, what he's thinking? He's thinking. one
Probably
move,
he's
so
thinking about d5.
d5, but he will think a long time.
Yeah, it's not an
And
easy
the
move to
last
make.
one, the last game, this is very typical.
Yeah, this is very typical. I don't know why are they playing so slow, but
Ah, okay.
But the white player is playing slowly.
yes,
Your player is faster.
it's a little bit faster.
This is completely normal.
Yeah, this
White
is
has good compensation,
nothing really
Catalan
happened.
position. So, thank you very much,
Yeah,
Hungarian team.
Thanks. we are trying our best.
I understood that you are very focused
Yes,
on this tournament, and the preparation on first two boards was perfect. As we can see, Viktor Erdes has a very good position here with white, and also on the second board. White has some problems, but maybe it's okay after knight c4.
yes, I think white is out still fine.
So thank you. We will
Yeah.
return to the Czech team. I
Thanks.
hope. Thank you. Oh my! This looks like the position is
What is that? What is that? Plus million.
no. It's like a mistake somewhere. Tak jo, dík. Pošli nám ty fotky potom. Někdy.
Tak to ještě zavoláme. Ne, se domluvíme večer.
Jo, takhle. Jo, tak to jo.
Dobrá.
So we have a date already. That's good. We can return to chess.
Okay.
So check match. Oh my, this is very interesting.
Checkmate. Okay, what happened here? Okay, this.
F4.
Okay, the attack
is
of
normal.
3 pawns.
A6. I don't get.
A6 is a move as well. I saw it in some SOS book from Bosch.
SOS book.
SOS. Secret
my,
of
but
opening
it's-
surprises.
Aha, secret of opening surprises. But it's
Yes.
about chess.
Yeah, it is about chess.
No other SOS.
Nope.
Okay. So A6.
A6 it's not such a stupid move because you know you can play for b5. Usually you do play for b5, and also A6 is a very viable move in many variations of this opening. It's not so simple. It looks dull, but it's not so simple. It's one of these moves.
And he continued with knight
Yeah.
d7.
Just continues this provocative strategy.
It's very
Just
provocative.
E6. You know, it's the classical. how it's
Classical
called?
hippo.
Yeah, hippo. Classical hippo. But the fact is, if for example, if black manages to build a proper hippo, which means knight G7, bishop, something, bishop E3, castle, queen E2, now B6, rook somewhere stupidly, bishop B7, something, and A6. Then he's much better.
You are not making fun out of me.
I'm
no?
not making fun of you. It's really it's not so easy to play this position with white. It wasn't in the SOS book, but it's not so easy to play because what are you going to do now? You can if you play for e5, okay, just black goes for d5 and c5. And it's not so easy to do something here. You cannot play for f5 because it is well covered. It just takes with the knight. So actually, what are you going to do? You should remember not to allow black to build a proper hippo, because if he manages to do this, the game is over. I suffered the loss in such a position many times.
Oh my.
Okay, you see, white was aware of that and played f5 immediately. So that's the correct strategy. Okay, f5.
Knight b6.
Knight b6, and now something happens. Okay, he just moved away. I'm not sure. Maybe he could have taken on e6 straight away.
Oh my.
Okay,
I take your bishop.
I think that the safe option is just to take with the pawn, but
After bishop.
now you just move the bishop, then castle, and play knight g5, and also this pawn is very weak. So let's say I don't know, knight f6, castle, maybe knight g5, and the pawn is in trouble, and then e5. This is dangerous, and if you think on c4, I think this is a big compensation for white. I don't know, maybe just castle. The computer's evaluation may be misleading here, especially this computer's. Well, what are you going to do with the king? And it's a very dangerous position. So f takes e6 was definitely an option. He moved bishop b3, and now he can take the pawn, obviously.
I am fascinated. It's unbelievable. But they are I don't, it's real game. I mean, it looks like they are making fun out of us, but it's not.
I think this is rather dangerous for black. Okay, well, why not f take e6?
It was an interesting option.
I think this is a move you first play and then you think.
Then you think.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a must make.
So, but they played.
Okay, what is this? h6. I don't really trust this move.
So please do not try this at home.
Yeah.
This is something crazy. Black, I don't know, he thinks that he doesn't need any development. Usually it's not true, but computer agrees. I don't understand. It's too difficult for me.
He played a4. That may be useful. He wants to kick the knight back.
a4,
Okay.
a4, a5.
Let's say, okay, a4, f5, that's just some kind of intermezzo.
And white is thinking
White's
for another
thinking
16 minutes.
Yeah, he'll probably
He will be in the time
flag.
trouble. After 10 moves to think for 1 hour, it's terrible.
Okay, you have to develop your pieces swiftly. So maybe I don't know, rook. The first move I would think of would be rook e1, or more likely queen e2 or queen e1. Okay, let's say queen e1. Maybe queen e1 isn't that bad. With the idea of going maybe on g3. I also now I'm threatening to take on e5, on f5. So what do you do? Do you play
97?
Okay, and now maybe queen h4. With the idea that you can castle. Yeah. See. What do you do now? If you take on e4, I just take with the knight and head on f6.
And after knight somewhere, knight f5, why not? You take the queen maybe, but position is bad.
Okay, it's not that bad, but it's not something white would be looking for. He doesn't want to exchange queens. Yeah.
Knight takes d4.
You can take on d4. Yeah, you can take on d4. It's just a pawn, just a pawn down. It's not. Yeah, you see, it's not so easy to find something here, but there definitely should be something brutalish, maybe.
G4.
G4 is a move.
G4.
This guy used to play King's Gambit, so.
Really? G4, let's do it.
Not this guy. I mean this guy.
Yeah,
I mean you.
yeah.
Okay, let's play G4. Why not G4? Okay.
Take?
Oh yeah.
No, you can't take. No, maybe you
I can take, but maybe it will be the last thing I do in my life.
G4.
I take. You play what? Knight e5.
Yes.
King e8. Now what?
No, I don't know. No, it's not working. Black
Yeah,
saves.
it takes. Okay, 7. Nothing happens really.
That's
Okay, this
interesting.
is just some kind of crazy position. Just okay, queen d3. I'm threatening to play e5, and also I'm
This is
targeting
normal.
this rook. Yeah, this is just some
We are
crazy
looking
position.
forward that white will play G4.
Yeah, it would
I
be
hope-
much fun
I-
after
I-
g4.
I hope he can hear us. Because the playing hall is right next to us. I hope he can hear us and he will play G4.
Okay,
And we will have some fun here because it's
okay. Well,
boring.
let's let's move on. Okay, that would be Tadeáš.
So maybe we can check out some girls? No?
You mean the games? Okay.
I mean, yeah, the game sadly. No
open-
video here.
Yeah, this
This
one.
one?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Check match.
check match.
We
So-
are having a good position here, no?
So on the first board, we actually it's not really a check
We-
match.
yeah,
it's,
we
it's,
adopted,
it's Polish
we
Polish
ado-
match.
We we adopted Joanna. She was playing for Poland team for a long time, but now she switched federations like I don't know, half a year ago. Or
Yeah,
something.
but actually she's been living in Czech Republic for
Yeah.
many years now.
So
it isn't so
she
surprising.
switched the federations, and now she is playing against her former colleague. So this is
Yeah.
an interesting match. And Joanna has a very good position.
Yeah, Maria Wozniak is
Let's
one
take
of the
a look.
Polish biggest talents, or at least she used to be, among the girls. Okay, and
At least she.
I'm an old guy. Old guy. I don't really.
Let's go. Let's go.
Catch
let's
up.
go. Don't be Nigel Short. Let's go. So knight f3.
Bishop g5, h6.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just some theoretical
Oh
variation.
my.
Okay,
This is
g5.
theoretical.
I'd say
G5?
so. G5. It doesn't look so theoretically, but
Yeah, it's Mitropa Cup. You can play a move like g5.
and also it's it's women's game.
So g5. Let's go. Knight e4. Let's go.
94. Okay.
Queen c2.
f5.
f5. Forward.
Okay, let's
e3. e3. That's a normal
e3. And
solution.
Okay, b6 also looks normally.
I don't like b6. It's too
I-
slow.
Yeah, and queen f6 looks
Yeah. But you have
nice.
problems with c7 pawn and e5 square and everything.
Okay, so maybe firstly d6 and then queen f6. I'm planning to kill this bishop with
Kill
f4.
the bishop.
Yeah, kill the bishop. But
And
what
because the problem is that if you do, you need to make something with the knight. Because otherwise the knight is hanging. You can't play f4 because
Yeah.
the knight is hanging.
So Wozniak decided to play b6, bishop b7, which is
B6,
also acceptable.
bishop b7.
Yeah, that looks logically.
Mm.
Okay, bishop b7, s3. Okay,
Why not?
yeah, okay, and she decided to take on c3 and g3, right? No, on d2. Mm-hmm. Was taking on g3 an option? Because this bishop is a strong guy.
Yeah.
And then maybe king g7,
King g7.
just in order to cover this pawn. Maybe queen f6.
This looks normal.
Well, but taking on d2 looks normal as well. I'd prefer to eat that bishop.
Take on. Yeah. It was better. I agree. She should have taken on g3
Yeah.
because
yeah.
taking on d2 it looks bad to me.
Yeah,
Because the knight on d2 was doing absolutely nothing.
yeah, and one day this bishop will come to life again.
Yeah,
and he'll
I
be
agree.
extremely strong.
She wanted to catch the bishop, but that's already too late.
Yeah, it's just he always has this
Yeah.
square, so
Yeah, I agree.
you don't really
So
see the point. Okay, bishop d3. Now white will just maybe play for e4, maybe play for g
Yeah.
for h4 and open the
Yeah.
h
this is
file.
better for white because
Yeah.
black king is too weak.
It's not that weak, but no. Well,
We have two bishops. We are rooting for white. That's good. Johanna is leading.
okay, I don't really mind if Johanna wins this game. That would be nice. Okay, queen f6.
And also white has better time.
Yeah. So what's the
Better
next?
position.
What's the plan for white here?
I don't know, to deliver a mate.
And how? So
Take on
what-
g5.
Okay, I take with pawn, probably. Now
Now
what?
castle.
Isn't that clear? Okay, if I just okay, I just want to exchange all the
Ah,
rocks
you
along this
exchange the
along
rook.
this file.
That's true.
Maybe you can play f4 here. Can you?
Ha ha.
Can you? Can
Yeah,
or can
yeah.
you not? The idea is to put the bishop on h4
Yes.
and on g5. Okay, the down the
That's nice.
you know the downside is that this square, this e4 square, is a bit weak.
I'm sorry. I will leave you here for like 5 minutes. I
Oh.
need to go to the bathroom. So we
Okay.
should take a first break. Ask anybody if our transmission is okay or completely
Okay.
stupid.
Okay. Asi si fotogenický. Okay, let's move on. Martin will come in a little while. Czech team has won a game. Okay. So, okay, so let's have a look at the Czech match. Uh-huh. So in the game, Kriebel. Okay, what happened here? We haven't gone through this game yet. So d4, c4, c6, knight f3. Okay, this is some kind of Moscow variation. Well, black's sacrificing a pawn. Oh, white's sacrificing a pawn. Takes, bishop d6. This all looks like preparation. Okay, castle a4, a3. It looks like black has done something wrong here. But e5. Yeah. Castle isn't that clear. I think he should have played c5 immediately, because after what happened in the game, after castling, white was able to crash black's king side with a4, a6, b3. The problem is that after b4 goes for a5 and swiftly move the knights on a4 and possibly b6. So b3 has no other real option than just to accept the pawn, cb3, but after taking on b5 the king is rather threatened on c8. For example, if I take on b5 I just take with the queen, then move the other rook on c1. Let's say something stupid. Let's play h5. He can just move the rook to a taken position, and then just the knight sacrifice on b5 is crushing because of this pin. Okay, so he played a b5, b2, and now okay, the computer sees an immediate win after b takes a6, which is a logical attacking move. White's okay, he's sacrificing a rook on a1, but after that I can maybe take on b7 as well, and after king b7 I can just take with the queen on a1, and since the king is very weak on b7, the game should be over soon. Say rook a8, otherwise I just play rook b1. And now knight a4. Yeah, this looks well. And I'm just threatening to take on b6, and also another threat is to play simply rook b1 and take the queen, and I don't see a real defense here. Okay, the computer is suggesting bishop f8, but after simply taking on f8, the game should be over soon. It takes maybe now just take on b6. Okay, this may not look that clear, but those two pieces against the rook should be winning easily. Okay, but the real problem after b2, ba6, b takes a1 queen is queen takes a1, and since the king has no escape here, he should be just be getting mated. I'm threatening to take on b7 and then play rook b1. And after bishop a8, I just play rook b1, I guess. Can I not play rook b1? Oh, I cannot. Maybe, yeah, just simply a7 and then rook b1, and also the bishop check on a6 is coming. So hopefully Stepan will see that. And also I think that after simply playing rook a2, he should be more than okay. And you know, say take on b5, then just maybe queen b3 or queen c2. Say queen b3. I don't really trust this position. Yeah. Another sacrifice on b5 are coming. Again, the computer is suggesting queen c2 and after takes, just knight b5. Yeah, this should be the idea. And check on a7 is killing. So this looks very well for the check A team. White has a winning combination here after b2, after taking on a6 and sacrificing the wall rook, but effectively mating the king on c8, and as well as simply playing for continuing attack with rook a2 without bigger sacrifices. So this should be winning for white rather comfortably. Okay. Enough of the Czech team. Let's have a look at, for example, Croatia playing Germany. Germans have come with a really strong team, and together with Hungarians and Czechs, they are definitely looking for a medal in this tournament. At the first board, what is happening here? Okay, so after some crazy opening developments, this is okay, c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6, blah blah blah. White sacrificed the pawn, but okay, he's got some really nasty compensation here, as the knight's coming to d6, and black didn't really have any way to prevent that. So after d6, I'd probably go for something like possibly knight e4, targeting the pawn anyway. So after f6, this is definitely some theoretical variation. I just go for knight d6, takes, knight d7. White had big compensation, and in the end we arrived in an ending. Black had to free himself for cost of a pawn, and here White has definitely some pull, as he has two bishops against a knight and a bishop, and we are playing on both wings, so the position is open, so White definitely has some advantage. And also he has it'll be much easier for him to create a passed pawn on the queen side. But the advantage isn't that big, but it's definitely easy to feel. Okay, so this will be a long game, I guess, long endings. Let's move on. Okay, this looks like some interesting development. Okay, so we had a Romanician variation of it, which is characterized by White putting bishop on g2, on knight e4. Okay, this is definitely opening theory. Even I know it, so it has to be opening theory. Castle. Black has to find a way to neutralize the strong bishop on g2. He decided, yeah, he managed to play it this way. Okay, queen d2. The problem with black position is the weak pawn on d6, obviously, and White just ate it. Of course, he has his pawns are broken on the queen side, so it's not so easy to claim an advantage here. Okay, takes, rook c8, knight a5. This all looks somehow logical. Yeah, black sacrificed another pawn on b7, but as those two pawns on c-file are hanging all the time, it doesn't really play a big role. And after knight b6, black is definitely taking at least one of the pawns back, as c5 isn't really an option. After knight c4, black is taking an exchange on d6. The bishop and the rook are forked. So here white has to come with an intelligent way of solving the problem. Possibly, what should they do? Maybe just simply bishop c5. Maybe not. Knight on b7 may be in trouble. Okay, maybe just moving the rook back and freeing the d6 square for the knight. But anyway, after taking and bishop d6, black has good compensation for the pawn. He'll just exchange the knight, maybe knight d8 or maybe knight a5. Well, takes, and the c pawn is well blocked, so I don't think. Well, white is playing for win definitely. This will be a very one-sided ending, but at the same time, black has good chances to draw the game. Okay, this looks interesting. Okay, Levite collage. d5, c4, c6, takes. Okay, this looks a bit quiet, exchange slow, but as we'll see in a few moves, it can really turn out the other way. Knight c6, e3, queen b6, knight c3. Okay, it is said that you should firstly develop your knights and then your bishops, so there's the classic theory that you should play something like knight c3, knight f3, and then bishop f4. But okay, what's wrong with developing the bishop first, right? So bishop f4, knight c6, e3, queen b6. Martin, let's have a look at this position. I think it will be of some interest to you. You're such an active player. We had exchange slow in match Germany versus Croatia.
So this position is boring enough for me.
Just to wait for a little while.
Yeah, that's a good opening. I am an old guy, so.
So he just took on d5. Looks like nothing's happening. Bishop f4, knight c6, e3, queen b6, and that's where the fun's starting.
Yeah, he wants to take on b2.
Yeah, and white wants to sacrifice the pawn.
No, I saw this variation with e5.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
SOS. No, but it's an option, but I don't remember anything. So I only know that it's a variation, but it can be seen also from the time management that black played it in 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, and white was a bit surprised as he took 24 minutes to take on e5. Okay, took knight d5.
Yeah, and the idea of e5 was to get the bishop into play, because now he can give the check. Without the move e5, he was not able to do.
Okay, but
do that,
I just take it. Why not take with the knight? What do you do after taking with the knight? Do you just play bishop b5 or rook c1? What do you do?
Yeah,
rook c1. Rook c1 and no attacks happening.
Knight takes a2. Queen.
Rook b1.
Queen c3 and queen
d2, and the knight is in trouble.
The knight is in trouble.
Yeah. Okay, just take bishop f5, and now you cannot take on b7 because of this sweet little trick.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Okay, what? Okay, bishop f5, maybe rook a1. This doesn't look that bad for black as well.
I got totally lost.
Yeah,
because
me too.
I don't know the evaluation of the position. But computer writes 0, 0, 0. Yeah, that's
But
normal.
computer says 0, 0, 0 all the time.
We have a visitor.
We have a visitor here, Grandmaster Vokaj, which doesn't
So-
want to be seen on the video.
So the position in the game. The position in the game.
Okay, what happened in the game? Because the players probably, at least the black player, knows the Fury much better than we do.
But I must say that the black already he was thinking for 8 minutes.
Yeah, but 8 minutes aren't that much.
Yeah, I think that's still preparation.
Okay, Queen C3. No.
Is the motif? It's typical. Also from Caro-Kann defense, in some, I don't know, in one line, instead of taking the knight, because after taking the knight, white can play
Yeah.
queen d2. But if you insert the check on c3,
Yeah, the king has to stay in the center.
yeah, because white can't,
I take the rook.
and it's game over. So it's necessary to play king e2, which is not a move you want to play deliberately, because the king is a little bit funny on it.
Yeah.
But
That's like-
now I think
I just take on b4.
it's looking good for black. But it's not so clear.
This is looking totally unclear for everybody. So he went for rook c1. That looks logical.
Oh my. Rook c1 and knight takes a2. That's a funny game. How did you find it?
I just came across it.
Oh my.
I started
So
with some endings in that match, and
as you can see,
This
Mitropa
turned
Cup is a very funny tournament. Because usually young guys are playing this tournament, and they have a nice attacking style. It's not boring. This night, yeah, this game is very funny.
but just have a look at how the variation continues. He played king f3,
Oh my.
and now you cannot really take on c1 because I checkmate you.
Oh
Play
my.
bishop b5.
That's a
and queen
perfect
e8.
line.
Yeah.
That's just wonderful.
That's really sweet, but you have to firstly play bishop g4 check.
Oh my, this looks like a pre-arranged game. I mean, it really looks like they have a session yesterday to arrange this game for spectators. They want to make a draw or something. So king
So you
takes.
take, and now I can take on c1 finally.
Yeah, because after bishop b5 check.
Bishop b. Can
No.
I not play for
No,
win?
bishop b5.
Okay,
Why
yeah.
not?
I can go for bishop b5. You just play king f8.
And after queen d6.
Knight d6, queen d6, knight d7, and now something.
Bishop g5.
Let's just sacrifice. Can I not sacrifice the rook on h1 as well?
Let's go for it. Immortal game.
Mm,
Sacrifice both.
more likely
rooks.
this will be mortal game, but
Mortal. We are lost now. We
bishop
have-
g5.
No, g2 is hanging.
Oh,
Oh,
whatever.
Whatever. King f4.
And you just go for king g8. And this is that the end? I take.
We have too few pieces.
Okay, but
because black is
sacrificed too
two
much.
rooks up.
I sacrificed, but the rooks aren't in play. They are totally stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, but
it's funny because
this looks well
you
because you
see-
just
you
play
see,
g5 here. and-
It looks like some other game, like I don't know, Go or whatever, because he has pieces in every corner, and it's enough. Yeah, it's like Go. You have to create a fortress in the corner. Okay, so
Okay.
I don't understand, but
he played queen a5. By the
so
way.
he didn't find
He
bishop
did-
g4.
yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
find
bad
bishop
luck.
g4.
Bishop g4.
Well,
it would
maybe
be-
maybe he didn't feel like it was enough. I don't know.
Bishop g4.
Okay, and now what? Now the rook's hanging.
So rook a1, yeah. Or
Maybe,
rook
or maybe
c2.
rook b1, and with the idea of playing rook
b5.
rook b5. Why not? That's a typical idea.
So
But maybe knight c3 can really bother you.
let's have a look. we have a crazy position, but
Mhm.
the material is even.
Yes.
No,
So the most likely outcome is a draw. As
No.
always.
no piece up for anybody, no pawns up for anybody. So the material is even. That's funny. This bishop g4, it was a viable option because then you can take the rook.
Mhm.
But I think black was a little bit afraid of this bishop b5.
Yeah.
I think that
I
it
will
bother me
definitely
a
be
lot.
afraid.
Yeah, I would be also afraid. But computer says it's okay. Well, I don't know. But I think that was the reason this bishop b5 check that
Yeah,
black
just
played
decided
this
to cover it.
a5.
Trošku ty zvuk zase nevím.
Technical issues.
Zkus to takhle.
So this queen a5.
Okay, I probably have to move the rook because I can't see a way to checkmate you.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I have to move the rook. Not on
I
not
don't
on
know,
b1,
I
but
like
on a1.
I like black's position.
I
don't
like
the-
white's position. Okay, let's just
we can play
let's
this
elaborate.
Game. We can play this game against each other because I don't know white king.
Yeah, if black manages to
Yeah,
play
complete the
97
development
and
and
castle,
game
then
over,
it's over.
yeah.
But you have to care about your knight on c
So
on
yeah,
a2.
yeah.
That's
So let's sacrifice the knight,
how.
like knight e7.
Okay, and queen bishop c4 probably.
Ah, bishop c4. Yeah, that's a nasty
Why not
move.
bishop c4?
Well, h5. Yeah.
Whatever happens, h3.
Ah, h3.
You have bishop g4 here again,
Again?
don't you? Because you just take and then eat my rook.
King. Yeah, but your king is now safe
Wait,
because I lost my white squared bishop, and now I have no attack. I lost the bishop.
yeah, and the bishop is much more important than some rook on h1.
Yeah, now it's lost for black, I think.
Yeah, just take maybe with the bishop. The threat is much stronger
Yeah,
than.
yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah, this should be okay. And also I have 2 pieces for rook.
So I want to sacrifice my knight, but it's maybe not that good option. Okay, I can play like knight c3 here,
Mhm.
but from black's point of view, I don't like the end game because you can
And
just
the knight is in trouble as well.
yeah,
If I-
you
sorry.
can take the queen.
You take and knight
now
e2.
I think it should be one for white
Yeah,
because
just knight
you have
e2.
initiative and I have pieces in the corners and it's bad because the king on f3 is safe now. So after this rook a1, I don't know.
What should you? Okay, let's say bishop e6. You just
Yeah, bishop
you
e6.
just don't want to give up the knight.
And now white needs to make some development.
And you have to be fast and furious. Because
With
if
bishop
I
e6
want to go knight
Yeah.
e7 and castle and
Yeah.
and 0, 0, 1.
0.
That lost. Okay, knight e2 is probably just too slow. We just play knight e7. So what? Okay, I don't like this position that much. Now.
And now, after your move bishop e6, you
Yeah.
can play against yourself. It should be a draw. No?
Should it?
Because you are playing. Well, let's go to an in-game.
Well, I was thinking about queen b1
Yeah.
and
Yeah, queen b5.
Queen d5.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Knight e7. A6 maybe. Not knight a6.
This queen b5, it's
Okay, it's
queen
knight
b5,
e7.
queen b5, queen b5. It's a big threat because the in-game is better for white.
The knight is in problems.
So that's interesting. After queen b1, a6, it's a move.
and but
queen b1.
but your
A6.
you cannot take on b7.
That's a nice move. Yeah, that's a very
You
funny
cannot
game.
take it because of bishop
my.
d5.
Bishop d5.
So what do you now? What do you do now?
And I would say that they have only 12 moves, so they will be in big time trouble
Yeah.
because white has only 16 minutes for
Yeah,
28 moves.
Yeah,
That's
very soon.
In such a position with king on f3, I would say that's a bad time management because
You have to play quickly.
I mean he was thinking
such
for
position.
20 minutes on this king f3. But it was a logical move, not?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say.
But what else?
But
What
no,
else
it
can
was-
you play?
It was it was the first move.
Maybe
jumped in our
maybe
heads,
rook
so
c2, but I don't really trust this.
it's-
By the way,
No
he
threat.
can play
yeah.
bishop f5, and after takes
Oh
queen
my.
c4
no.
and take the
This
rook.
king f3
Yeah,
is
it's
completely
ju-
logical move.
Maybe it's the only move in the position, so you have to play it quickly.
Yeah, and they.
If you see a good move, you have to play it, no matter what.
He should have played it earlier because 20 minutes
That's too
is
much.
too much in this position. Now he's in big time trouble and he's thinking again 8 minutes.
Yeah, but the rook a1 again is
Rook a1 is a
must
completely
move.
logical move. I mean,
Yeah.
he can play it right away. I
Yeah,
mean,
you just play it and then.
and then it's black's turn, and
Yeah.
it's not easy position. Well,
you
we-
can calculate everything.
yeah, we will return to this game. Let's have a look what Czech team is playing. Hráček Plát.
Yeah. By the way, Stepan Žilka was totally winning. And he did play rook a2. Because his opponent somehow underestimated his attack on the queen
Oh
side.
my.
I think he should have played c5 here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
this-
long castle and a4.
a4,
and-
b3, and
Oh,
the game was gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
It happened
huge,
a4,
terrible-
a6, and b3.
Yeah,
And
now
then-
it's.
Yeah, and after takes,
Oh my.
b2.
B2.
He could have just taken on a6 and taken on a1.
Or take on b7.
Yeah, taking on b7 wins as well, but this is much cleaner.
No, it's just totally
And now
lost.
and now a7.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
just check on a6. Rook
yeah,
bars,
black
it's
is a
over.
rook up, but
But
a
it doesn't
position
really.
down.
Yeah,
No, it's totally
but
lost.
he played rook a2. But what did
Knight
he? Knight
A4.
a4.
Knight a4.
And that may be winning as well. This is everything.
Knight
Everything
A4.
wins here.
Well, let's have a look. Oh, no, it's not a mate, but after taking on a1,
I just take.
you just take on
the queen.
b6. Check.
Yeah.
It's not a mate, but after taking, you just take the queen.
And you are a queen up for a rook and a piece, and which
Rook
which
and
is
a
not enough.
piece.
And also you
But-
have a mating attack as well.
But yeah, the mating attack
Queen
is
a5
important because queen a5,
or queen a7, something
queen
like
a7 is better.
that. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, queen a7, of course. Yeah,
And this is just terrible.
this is disaster.
You just
Oh,
now,
no,
and
this-
yeah, and now you take on b5. That's absolute demolition.
No, demolition.
Yeah, it just takes
So,
rook c1. So he just made one mistake. He didn't play c5, and the game was over.
A nice attack by Stepan Žilka.
Yeah.
We have two teams in the men's section because one country didn't want to play. I don't know which country.
France.
France? Yeah,
And
France.
in women's section, the Polish team came.
Okay, so France didn't make it to Prague. It's a pity because we have a very nice Mitropa Cup here. So hello to France. It's a pity that you stayed at home, but we were able to make two teams, and the second team of the Czech Republic is our juniors. They have rating somewhere between 2,400, 2,500. But it's the best we can make in juniors category. But as you can see, they probably lack some experience because this was
That
failure in the
you just cannot
evaluation.
you just cannot go under such an attack.
Yeah, this long castle and the position is gone
Yeah.
because
It's absolute lack of some sense of danger.
sense of danger. Yeah, but it's a good experience.
Yeah, definitely.
And a win for a more experienced player in this game. So our A team will lead 1-0 probably in a short
Yeah, now we can play
Queen A7. Oh my.
at least anything. Maybe rook a2 here.
Rook A2?
I don't know. What can you do?
No, but after OK2 I can take on B5. No?
Is that a problem, really? Let's just play something, knight C3 or queen B3, whatever. Maybe, but wait. Can I not take on B5 here? If I just take. And queen C2.
The position is...
This is... Maybe it's not the exact... the best move here, but...
It's too bad.
That is too bad.
Even this...
Everything is bad
What
here.
is the suggestion of a computer? To take the pawn. Oh my...
Yeah,
It's
you can
plus
just
6.
Yeah, you can just take the pawn and then take on b5 again. Oh, that's too bad.
You can take the pawn on b2 and
And adios.
say goodbye.
Yeah.
No. He needs to I don't know, jump with the king to the other side of the board, but
And something happened in this crazy game.
yeah, let's go for it. We had this position.
Yeah. And he went for bishop f4.
Well, it's
Okay.
a logical move.
That is definitely logical.
Oh my!
With g5. Oh dear.
This is well, again, do not try this at home because usually such experiments go terribly wrong.
Yeah.
But Cyril Ponizhil is an original player. He can afford it.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
just look at the clock. He has 40 minutes against 5.
yeah, and he played it very fast. This
Yeah.
g5 after 4 minutes.
Maybe, yeah, but his opponent took 21 to find bishop
So he
f4.
was thinking
Yeah, on his time.
on
He was
opponent's
using
time.
time,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a clever way.
Bishop g3 f4, but now the truth is that now you just it's not so easy to get through, and black is a pawn up, isn't it?
Yeah, but I play the King's Gambit, you know. And in the King's Gambit, if you don't, I don't know, lose in 20 moves, then it's okay. And it's already 13 move, and I will not lose. So I go like bishop f2. They played it. Yeah, but the problem is that usually in the King's Gambit you have the king on e1, and you can play h4
Yeah.
or g3 or something. And
You can play g3
and
here
go
as
with
well.
and go with the king on c1 to make a long castle, and then you have the compensation on the king side. But now you have a king on g1.
Yeah.
That's a problem because the king shouldn't be here. It should be like on c1. Yeah.
So he should have just opened the position with g4, as we said, I guess. Well, why not?
So they didn't hear us.
Yeah.
That's good. But also it's
That's a pity.
This g4, it was our crazy idea. We have a good mood here.
Why not g4? Okay.
And I'm looking, we will go to the concert in the evening, so we have a good mood. So g4, it was,
Why not g4?
It was perfect.
Okay.
It was funny. This bishop f4. You know, at least he should have sacrificed something because.
Yeah. If you do nothing, you just
Yeah.
lose on material.
What is the use for the bishop on f2? I mean, he makes like this and then nothing, and then he has lost position. Well, if he should have fought somehow, because it's better to be brave and lose the game than to make these moves and lose it anyway. So.
Okay, so he moved it to f2, knight e7, and g3.
In the King's Gambit, it's normal, but I said it
This is
twice already.
slightly wasn't
The king on
King's
g1
Gambit,
is,
yeah.
because you can see that this. Oh, he made it a move. I wanted to say that the h3 square, and now black has
Yeah.
initiative on the king
And also
side.
Queen
d7 and
Yeah,
long
and,
castle.
yeah,
Game
and that's a problem.
So again, Marek Mateáš is from the juniors team, and again we see a lack of sense of danger because
I
the
think
king is over now.
I think he went totally astray.
Yeah.
It's not really losing sense of danger. He didn't feel that he should have just go for something
I mean, this
brutal
position,
here. You have to be brutal.
I mean, this normal position. Why?
It's not normal, but you have to be
Okay, so
very rough.
we came up with g4, but maybe there is something else.
Maybe just king h1 and then
King
g4.
h1,
Maybe
yeah.
just
This is a
something
useful
neutral. This is useful, and and wait.
Or your queen e1, it was also normal. Queen e1.
Yeah.
It's also playable.
And anything but bishop
Yeah,
f4.
but I think he underestimated this g5. He was surprised by g5, and then I think in this position he should have sacrificed something, because after this.
And can you sacrifice anything? Can you take on f5, for example, here? Can you? Okay, I eat the pie.
Yeah, but you have no dark square bishop, no compensation.
It's not enough. He just goes on f8 with his king. It's over.
No,
Bishop
dark
f4
square bishop.
was a really bad move.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move forward. Oh, it's a sad story. Oh, d5. Block his own bishop. Oh.
This is just agony.
It's totally lost. Oh, he has a threat. Finally, he has a threat. He wants to jump on f6.
Okay, but if I play a long castle,
Oh, he played this king.
king f8. Oh. Classy move.
He's fighting
It's fighting, but it won't be enough.
now.
Open the bishop.
Yeah. Finally, it's
And
d5, e5, but
Queen c6 maybe.
queen c6.
Okay.
Because, let's face it.
I want to checkmate you on g2.
Yeah. So you want to take my knight?
I would love to.
What is the move for?
Maybe you can take on b6. Oh
Take
no,
on-
let's check on b6.
Take on b6. It's bad.
Yeah, you
can
just take it.
with check.
No, it was just plain stupid.
Nonsense. Well, we are stupid. Because the position is totally winning for black, but we are not able to find it. After d6.
You cannot take on d6.
Tereza Olsharova came, and she is a great attacking player. So I think she would like to come up with some move for black, because we need help. We need help now. We agreed that the position is totally winning for black, but we are stupid enough. We are not able to find it. After queen c6.
What do you do after queen c6?
I have here a hint from no-named player, rook d8. How about rook d8?
Rook d8?
Mm.
Oh. Well, immediately after d6?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh. We are
that's
stupid,
clever.
but we have good contacts. Because
And that's what counts.
That's a good move.
That's a good move. You cannot take on c7 because
We can appreciate the
the
quality.
queen is hanging.
It's like, over. So, but what is the problem with queen c6? I'm not able to see. I will ask computer.
What?
H5.
h5.
Oh,
Queen h5. Oh.
Bad luck. Yeah, that's a bad luck. Queen h5.
That's a long move.
That's all. So it's not that easy. Maybe this long castle was safer,
Was
because
it?
the position is completely winning. I mean, you are an exchange up.
Yeah,
you
you have
good
to
pieces,
just
everything.
make a few
Just
precise
to,
moves.
Yeah. Just to make it safe. I don't know. I can't see any problem with long castle. Okay, you can take on b6,
No.
but
You just hide your king on b8, a8
yeah,
somewhere.
I really think that the long castle was better, because the king is safe here.
Yeah.
I can't see any problem. I think now it's totally lost.
Hmm.
But this king f8,
Yeah.
this d6 was a good chance.
Hmm.
And now
He has to find
this rook d8.
unnamed players rook d8.
Our advice from Tereza. Why you are not playing, Tereza, the match today?
Well, surprisingly, there are 3 players and only 2 boards.
Three players, only 2 boards.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. We will switch to the women's section.
And he played bishop f5, which Which
Oh,
maybe,
he's
maybe
abandoning the G2 square.
yeah, no mate.
Afraid?
No mate
He's
here.
afraid. He's afraid. No mate.
He just wants to take on d6.
And why I can't play this knight f6?
Maybe I eat
Forward, go forward.
queen d8 and queen f6. Yeah. That's,
Queen d8?
mm.
Because if you take on d6, I take, and then I take
Yeah,
the
yeah,
knight.
yeah.
So, yeah, this is a good move.
Yeah.
Now
and I force you back.
I am
Maybe the
over.
knight h5. Oh, that's not very enticing. So.
I maneuvered my knight to the edge. That was a not good option. Okay,
Okay,
so
this should be bad.
bishop f5. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Okay.
It's not such aesthetically pleasing as rook d8, but it's enough.
What else do we have?
What else? Hráček, he has an advantage against Plat.
You said women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, women.
Let's
women,
have a look at
women
women.
section. Joanna Jorek, teda Joanna Vorek.
Jana Vorek. In Joanna's game, there's been some progress.
Hey, she played like I played.
E4. She played
Yeah.
E4.
No, before?
Ah.
Okay. But anyway, the long castle, it was our idea.
Yes.
We are good enough for women's section. That's good. That's good. E4.
We should change sexes. Yes.
So F4 was your idea,
But
E4 is
yeah,
good.
she found.
No, I mean this position
Yeah.
is. It's looking good, Teresa. It's looking good, but you already know it, so it's looking good for our team. Joanna probably she has she is not afraid to win against Poland, her former team or nation or whatever. So it's her
let me see,
first tournament for Czech Republic.
Yeah, in team.
She played
competitions.
our individual championship.
Yeah, and she won it
in May.
pretty
and
convincingly. Well, okay.
She won the women championship
Okay, in Swiss, but she beat a very strong Grandmaster Michalik in the last
in the
round.
last round. But it's her first.
I think it was deserved, definitely.
But look at Magda. Magda had such a great tournament. She beat Grandmaster Janza.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, okay.
She was winning.
Yeah, it would be much more fair if the women played their own tournament.
Yes, but
round
on the
robin.
other hand, this way we had the chance to play a good tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, it's her first tournament in teams. She
Yeah.
will play probably the Olympiad, right? In Baku. So it's a huge help for our Czech team. And as we can see, she is not afraid to fight against Poland. That's nice. And the position is, so good
that's-
for
yeah.
white because two bishops and you can see that the bishop on b7,
Yeah.
nothing.
The
Knight on
knight
b7,
also,
nothing. And the king, weak.
Yeah.
So it's a big advantage, but white needs to be careful because if he exchange rooks, then the attacking potential of white pieces will be diminished a lot because white really shouldn't exchange pieces.
Yeah. You should keep at least one pair of rooks.
Yeah, one pair.
But you have this plan, and she did play it. She played bishop f5, played bishop f5, and then d5, then d5.
Really?
Someday.
Someday.
d5, d5, bishop
Someday.
e6, and maybe bishop d4,
Bishop d4.
and also c5 may be an idea someday.
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 So let's have a look.
Okay.
Exchange is now the critical
Yeah.
moment, not exchange rooks.
Yeah, rook g1, I'd say.
Oh, we have the position in the game. So Joanna is thinking for 8 minutes, and he's thinking, hey, maybe I can play
Yeah.
somewhere with the rook. But after rook e1, probably rook e8.
Yeah, I think she can go for rook g1. Rook g1 with the idea of g3.
It's a move for Nimcovich. It's a mysterious move. He called such a move with rook, but after g3 you.
Yeah, you should.
weakening. Oh.
Sorry. You should be careful here about queen c4 and rook e2. So
Yeah.
maybe you should play it straight away.
Just without,
Without rook e1 inserted. Just rook g1 and then
Really?
g3 and
Oh my.
go all in. Why not?
This is crazy.
Wow, what do you do here? I have straight attacking plan. This
Rook
looks nice to
g1,
me.
that's an interesting option. Well, let's have a look.
Hmm.
As you can see, we have high quality analysis. This is interesting.
What does the computer say?
But anyway, this is
Oh.
too.
Yeah, this is too deep for him. For it. It's just too deep.
The depth of this computer is not so good. So
The position is too deep for it.
too deep. So any suggestions for black?
Okay,
No?
I think definitely rook g1 is an option,
Yeah,
if nothing else.
because we don't want to exchange rooks. What?
I like original.
You see, Firizza likes
Everybody likes rook g1 only. I am surprised. Maybe I should learn something about attacking chess. So the g3 is a threat. Well,
Hmm? What do you
Is it
do?
possible to play rook h2 or it's
Rook h2. Okay, maybe
g3 anyway.
g3 anyway.
I think also there's a
G3.
rook f2, no?
Rook f2.
Yeah.
Ah.
And take on c4.
No, take on f5.
Ah, yeah, take on f5.
Just, tricks. Small
Tricks.
That's just nasty tricks.
But that's a good move.
But the rook may be out of play after bishop h3. I don't.
And bishop f3.
And then, but then
Bishop d7.
bishop d7.
I don't know, it's getting a little bit complicated.
that's
I
a
would say
wicked.
that the position is better for
Yeah.
white, but it's getting a lot.
But I don't want to take on h8.
Yeah,
Will I have to?
that's the problem. We don't want to exchange rooks. And how to do it? And if I go
Okay.
this bishop, this is so passive.
And can I play it somehow simply like?
Take?
I don't want to do it. but
No.
I really don't want to. And
No.
take on queen g6, but
Oh,
will I checkmate you or not?
with queen alone.
And maybe d5 here and play bishop d4. But it looks just like no, that's too little.
Shouldn't be enough. But it's
Mm.
not that easy. Because you know the bishop on b7 is still.
Yeah, it's
not-
still
So
out
you
of
can
play.
exchange it because then you can include the bishop into the attack.
Yeah,
and
but
then
in case there's no
well,
mate.
it's not that stupid. Let's go further. And now we go
Okay.
d5. It's not that stupid. I like your
it's
idea
not that stupid.
because the bishop is out of play. It's not easy. I mean, you like bishop b4 and you have some kind of attack, but I think black should be able to hold it somehow. Or like queen f7 or
Queen
Yeah.
f7.
check and king g8.
And I have no entry points.
No, yeah. You have no white squared bishop. You exchanged it.
Yeah, I would just just alter it slightly.
Or on e6. E6. So, she played rook e1. It was our first suggestion, but
Your
then
first
we
suggestion?
Yeah, my
After rook e8, yeah. What?
at
what
least
did
we
you
know my level of play. And after rook e8, it's a problem because white don't want to exchange rooks. So
And can you take on e8 and play queen a4? Or not?
it's a nasty little move.
Hmm. That might be a
Problem.
Slight
That's
problem.
Maybe a problem.
Knight f6.
Not as something.
Queen e2.
okay. If I just decided
Take
to
everything.
prove it to me,
Queen f4 check. And you go back.
Ha 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 ha. ha.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I just
Or
hide.
I go queen c6 instead of queen e2.
Queen where?
That's better.
Queen c6.
Queen c6.
Just to lock your queen a little bit and move
Uh-huh.
your king.
But if I play queen b8, I want to take here. So I have to do it more carefully. Bishop e6. Maybe. Maybe not. d5. d5. d5 here. King b2.
Maybe just bishop d3 and d5 c5.
Yeah. d5 c5. And I'm just a pawn up. This may be a bit tricky though, but
Interesting
pawn up.
variation, interesting. Queen a4. It's a direct approach. I can't see any other option than knight f6 because piece is hanging and bishop c8 is totally stupid move. So
and also an a7 is hanging.
so this variation is logical. So it's forced. And then knight f6, take, queen c6. No, queen e2 is not working, so queen c6.
And just bishop d3.
Bishop d3. Yeah, I like your variations. I don't like the feeling that I'm useless here, but I will get used to it. So d5 is a threat.
And b5, c5, knight d5.
b5 just
d5,
just
d5.
d5.
After b5, I go d5. Game over. So this is very interesting. Maybe Joanna is thinking about this. So maybe this rook e8 is not a good move at all. And my suggestion was correct.
Okay, your intuition won again.
Oh, but you can go this rook g1. It's also a good move. Yeah, the position
And
is
she, and she did
better.
play rook e8.
Rook, yeah.
Look at
And white's thinking. So let's have a look on the other game, because we have 2 games.
Yeah.
I don't
And,
know why is doing this to me.
It doesn't like you. Well,
Yeah.
this looks.
Oh my,
this looks nasty.
completely winning
for
for
black.
white. And
Yeah,
it's
it's winning for white.
a Polish girl. It's not good for us.
What happened? b6 a3. Okay.
Teresa, tell us the Czech team about the standings. We are the favorites, or I don't know.
Good question.
Good question.
I think in spirit we are the favorites.
So yeah, we are favorites.
Yeah.
But objectively,
Objectively, it's one of the strongest Mitropa.
one of the strongest Mitropa Cups. Okay.
Especially, I am not sure about men's section, but for women definitely.
For women, one of the strongest Mitropa Cups in history,
Um,
according to Teresa Rothstein.
I think rating-wise we are in the middle. So
In the middle, so like 5th or something.
like that. I am not 100% sure.
Yeah, because the match with Poland, it looks like quite even according to the ratings, because the ratings are similar. We are favorites on the first board, but the second board, as we see, it's much better for white. So let's have a look, because I like this solution after f5.
f5, d5.
White.
d5 is
d5.
a classical move.
Yeah, that's nice. Because white sacrifice pawn, but
Yeah, you gain big initiative on the white squares.
Due to knight d4,
Yeah.
because the e6 pawn on d6 square is weak. Also, maybe f5 pawn, and also we opened the diagonal for the bishop.
The pawns
And
don't
also,
really count
if you
here.
take on c4, then it's over, because I take with bishop, or maybe
Just knight e6.
or knight d6
and
immediately. Yeah.
Eat it
Yeah.
and win. So what happened wrong?
Knight e5 instead of taking on d5.
So
Yeah. Why not
e5
d5?
was a good move, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes d5 instead.
Yeah. Karolina, she is your sister,
That's
right? Karolina Olšarová and Teresa Rothstein are sisters, so we have sisters in our team. But unfortunately, your sister made a mistake here. And she was thinking for 31 minutes
Yeah.
on the move e takes d5. So I think she didn't like something on e5.
Yeah. As
Bishop
the spectators
D3.
are saying, bishop d3, and here knight somewhere in f3.
No. I don't like this move because I should do something with this knight. I mean,
Knight g5
no,
here.
I can
Yeah.
go here. Why not?
Why not knight g5?
Yeah. Finally something useful. Oh,
And that looks just fine. You cannot take the pawn on f5,
yeah, because I take on f3.
f3, and then queen g5 or something, right?
Yeah, queen g5
Bishop g4.
or h5.
Yeah, just simply h5.
No, h4 is h4. h4.
Is it? And what here? What do you do? You
Take the
here?
knight or? No, but it's totally
Yeah.
useless because you can take on f3.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, queen e4.
Queen e4.
It's not over. So how it's over?
Yeah, second rook on f8.
I was saying, hey, this must be over for white.
This may be some kind of theory as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
After h5, h4,
Okay, let's take a hint.
nothing. Knight f6.
Rook f3, queen e4, just rook f8.
Okay. Queen e4, rook f8.
h4.
Wow. It's not so simple.
White is attacking with the h pawn. Oh my, this is nice. We have so many nice variations here today.
Okay, knight f6.
Chess is a wonderful game.
Probably knight. What is
I
this?
would be. It's very risky from White's point of view. I mean, the
But
knight g5 is a good move, but then taking on f5, it's so risky. But the question is if we have some other move, but we can take on g5 and
f3.
f4 or
yeah.
f3 or f4. It's better for White, I think.
Yeah. Also, f5 is hanging here.
Yeah, it's better for White, but nothing too serious. But in the game, after taking on d5, it is serious. So
Yeah.
because after knight d4,
Strategically, it's really dim.
yeah. So she went
Rook f7.
rook f7, f3. Yeah,
And
White has a strong.
she'll regain the
initiative,
pawn
yeah.
immediately.
This is lost.
And this is just too bad.
Position is bad.
All the pieces are in play.
Yeah. If you compare, for example, this knight with this bishop, this
Yeah,
bishop
or the bishop on the
so
b7.
bright future, but the pieces of black, no future at all.
E4.
Yeah, oh
She's just
my.
opening
Oh.
position, just steering
These two
Carolina
bishops.
up.
Oh,
Poor
my.
Carolina.
Poor Carolina. We are sorry for her.
Hmm.
This is,
She was such a nice girl.
yeah.
Too bad for
Oh
her.
my. Oh.
Yeah. She's
Oh.
just a pawn down here, and
this
the knight's coming
knight
to
is
e6. No,
Oh.
this is definitely over.
terrible.
Yeah.
So it was the question of, it was one mistake. This
Yeah.
this
So one
takes
one
d5.
mistake and it's gone.
misconception in the opening, as we saw today
many times.
many times, especially in our juniors games.
Hmm.
Well, it's a pity, but we hope that Joanna will level the score and the match will be 1-1.
Yeah.
Because, oh, black. No.
She did play rook g1,
No. Oh
Ay, ay, ay.
my.
and that's
It
queen
was-
c4.
Oh. She didn't hear you. This
Hmm.
queen c. Oh my. It's completely turning tables in this game because now
She has to go bishop d3. Yeah.
she must have overlooked
Rook
this
e2.
queen takes
Yeah.
c4 because
After g3, I just. Oh, not g3. Sorry. After
taking
bishop
knight,
b7,
it's rook e2.
it's rook e2,
And
then
it's a strong initiative. No, it's a mate.
you can play maybe queen b3.
Queen b3.
Yeah. Maybe. But anyway,
Yeah, you
if
can-
nothing else, I just can exchange the queens and take on f2.
Take.
That's winning. As the rook is tied to the defense of this pawn.
So this rook g1, it was a mistake,
Yeah.
sadly.
She combined our ideas.
Ideas, yeah, she was right that she didn't want to exchange rooks.
Yeah.
It's a strategically sound decision, but unfortunately, tactically, it has a
There's some flaws.
drawback, big drawback. This queen takes e4. So, oh, we are not happy. We have to switch to something else. Maybe. Yeah, this is positional massacre. I want to see positional massacre. Let's go back. We abandoned this game here, I think, and we was thinking, hey, it's black's preparation,
Yeah.
but
But the problem with Vojta is that actually it can be his preparation and he can be totally lost. he can prepare into an absolutely lost position. If I know him.
perhaps it was the case. So queen e7.
Uh-huh.
Rook
d3.
This was what was we expected.
Was it?
Yeah. Rook
Okay.
d3.
Rook a1.
And as he said, the bishop on e7 has no
Yeah.
future. The only positive aspect of black's position is this free pawn, but unfortunately he is here and not here.
Yeah, if the
Much
pawn
better.
were on a2,
So
then
with
maybe.
on a5. But let's have a look how white realize. Yeah, what was white's plan here? To block the pawn,
Not block, just take it.
take the pawn.
That's the best strategy.
Yeah.
And
And if I go here,
I just
what was this idea? Because white
maybe rook a4 and then knight d2.
White,
Knight d2 straight away.
white need to make something with his knight. Knight on f3 somewhere like d2, b3. But perhaps it's a
Perhaps
good
rook
idea
a4
to
firstly.
block the position now and go knight d2 with the plan knight d2, knight d3.
The problem with black's position is that he doesn't have counterplay here as well. I can't really think of any plan. He just has to carefully to just
Protect his
guard
pawns,
the pawn
his
on a5.
weaknesses.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't understand.
this is too bad.
So it
and-
was
and-
his preparation to the lost position.
Yeah, I guess so. Also, Zbigniew loves such kind of position. So
We are not able to understand everything anyway. So I'm wondering, hey, why he didn't play this
A4.
move? Because it would be much better to have the pawn on a4. Because this was completely useless.
Yeah, the further the pawn goes, the better for black.
He must have mixed something up in his preparation. This was completely logical, a4. But in the game, it's oh,
He can exchange queens, so and now White's able to come to the center with his king.
That's a pawn structure that you don't want to have.
Yeah.
Because you have such a bad pawn structure.
Yeah, all your
Isolated
pawns
double
are
pawns.
isolated. All of your pawns.
Yeah.
This is just too bad. Okay, king f1. Okay, he just firstly move his king towards central.
I think for Zbigniew Hráček, it's not a problem to win such a position.
Yeah, this is Christmas for Zbigniew.
Yeah. He is one of the top 3 players in the Czech Republic for like 25 years or something.
And
Maybe 20, I don't know, 25.
And he is really good in such quiet positions.
Yeah, so this is
Really,
game over. It's a sad story for Vojtěch Plát.
And he's pawn up. He just took on c5.
Why?
Well, how would you defend the pawn on a5? If you exchange your rook, then this
No,
is...
no, no. I mean, from White's point of view.
Why did he take it?
Because
he didn't really have to, yeah.
yeah, because now you can see that the Black's bishop is
Yeah.
totally stuck, and if you take the pawn on c5, then it may come alive one day. But
Okay.
it's
But pawn is pawn.
it's
Pawn is a pawn,
unprobable.
anyway.
Pawn is a pawn.
Pawn.
Take, and now
Just king e2, a knight somewhere.
the computer doesn't.
The computer doesn't understand the position. He's okay. So he suggests.
No,
It's-
the position is lost.
This is just a matter of good technique, and Zbigniew knows how to win such
Yeah.
positions.
It was a nice strategical game from Zbigniew
Well,
Czech, but
Yeah, and also he made it to the time control, so everything's fine now.
yeah.
He just made some good moves. H4 is definitely good because you just
Fixing the
fix,
weaknesses.
yeah, you fix the pawn on g6,
It's a strategical lesson.
g3,
C5,
yeah,
exchanging
c5.
rooks.
Mm.
Rook A1, exchanging rook. He's stubborn.
Yeah. No, Vojta has been totally schooled here.
And this is not possible. Oh, it is possible, but
I just take on a5.
you take on A5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your pawns are too weak. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go rook a6 and
Yeah.
rook c6 and
Uh-huh.
it's gone.
It's over.
Okay, so Zbigniew will probably win this
Rook
game.
D4. Rook D4. What is White's idea now?
Yeah, there's just simply go king e3.
King E3, Rook C4.
Well, king e3, rook c4, maybe king d2 or
No,
king
King
a2.
D2. No. Something stronger.
Aha, that's a question for me. Aha.
Yeah.
That is like a quiz question.
Rook B1.
And after a4,
Rook B7.
and will I not promote?
Oh my. This is not stronger.
You see.
There's maybe C3.
No, well, like, what was the right plan for White?
you should play it slowly. Maybe c3 here. Why not c3?
Or
I just want to
yeah, C3, but
fixate your rook on c4.
the rook on C4 is okay.
Is it?
No?
After king d2.
What is your threat? Rook B1 or?
Maybe first rook E4 and then it's...
Yeah, maybe. Whatever. You have to be more careful here. Maybe simply f4 is a good move.
He
to-
played F4.
Yeah, he did. Just to protect the pawn on e5 in all cases. And then think of something.
Yeah, it's not
Why not?
totally lost for
That
Black.
is-
We
that
are
is really bad.
surprised, but it should be
Zbigniew will have no
in
problems
a
winning
long
this.
term.
Yeah. This,
So
this is why we are not playing.
yeah, that's why we are not playing, because we are
We-
too
we-
bad,
yeah.
too slow. So we have first result in the
Yeah, Stepan Žilka won against Riedel. That was the game we saw, that brutalish attack.
yeah. It
Oh.
was brutal.
He
Taken on
took on
C6,
C6.
Queen C2, not caring about the rook. I think he should have
Yeah, he should have-
make the second queen and
And let Stepan checkmate him.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be a nice finish.
Yeah, but in the game it was
Oh, knight b8.
oh my.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh,
Hmm.
over. So also we watched this game, this bishop f5,
Mhm.
and we understood that it's enough.
Yep.
Taken on c7, I don't think it helps.
Yeah, he just took it.
Queen c6.
Can he not play queen d8 here?
Queen d8.
But it's nothing. You just play king g7.
King g7. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happens.
And the
really.
bishop is hanging, so
Mhm,
the
no,
queen is
no,
hanging,
no, it's
everything
too
is
bad.
hanging. So king g7, a queen e2, a rook e8, queen c4.
Well, how are we doing materially?
No, black is
Black is
exchange.
an
up.
exchange and
And
2,
pawn.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Exchange
And
a
a
pawn.
pawn.
Yeah.
And what a pawn, yeah.
So the game's over
And-
already.
hmm White resigned
Yeah.
in a few moves. In g6, bishop c6. C8 is just going for the pawn. And also going for white's king. Queen h3 is a threat. Oh
That's
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah, yeah.
bad. Oh my.
Rook e6.
Why rook e6?
No. Why not?
Why not check on h1?
To check. Maybe you start to run. you won't run.
Running.
You won't run too far, though. King e1 takes. No. This is lost. this is so bad. And after after king d1, I just play bishop s3.
King d2.
King d2. Why not queen f4?
Queen?
Okay,
F4?
rook e7 is a wise suggestion. And after rook d8, I just take it. Queen f2.
Oh, take? Yeah, you take.
Yeah,
You
I do.
take.
Check. Does it work?
But anyway,
Hmm,
this
no,
rook
no.
e6 was good enough to win because if
you-
white moves the rook away, then you have another
Mhm.
attacking option to
Yeah,
give the check.
and the point is that if you take, then
Yeah,
f takes
yeah,
and
that's
you
nice.
open the
That's
f file
nice.
for you.
Yeah, that's nice. You open
Yeah.
the f8
That-
as well.
that-
So
that
let's
was
show
clever.
for our spectators
Mhm.
if there are any. That's
Yeah.
you go like this, for example.
Mhm. And king
And
f2.
now this is mate on h1, and now this is rook f8.
Yeah. This is overkill.
This is over because too many attacking pieces. Checkmate. So rook e6 was a nice move. So no need to find something else. So rook d2, but as I said, rook f6.
Yeah, rook f6.
This is it. So our A team is beating our B team. And,
What a surprise!
but it's
But they were definitely playing from the start to the end.
yeah,
And they are
but
still playing.
it's a big difference. So the only game which is in the drawing margin is the game of Tadeáš Nguyen against our one
Against
of the best
Vlasta
players,
Babula.
Vlastimil Babula.
Mhm.
So it's an interesting game because Tadeáš is
One of the most talented young chess players in Czech
he
Republic.
is 14 now, I think.
Yeah, he's 14 and he's already scored his first
Grandmaster GM
norm.
norm. So he's our big talent, and he's improving very fast. So it's an interesting game. This is theoretical.
Which one beat? This is all Fury. E5 is definitely some kind of Fury.
But actually, I don't like the e5 setup with the bishop on e3. If you want to play e5, it's better to play it right away and
Yeah.
with bishop on f3 because
agree.
in this kind of position, now the bishop on e3 is completely useless.
Yeah,
It's a lost tempo.
Yeah, you have to move it again.
Yeah, you have to move it again.
But
So-
it should be playable for black.
No, no,
For black, for white.
well, but it's I think it's more than okay for black because the tempo in such an open Sicilian it's crucial for black. It's good for black already.
Should be some bishop d3.
So the opening was not.
Yeah, Vlasta definitely won the opening battle.
Yeah.
As you can see, Van fought for 20 minutes before playing e5. So this was
Somehow-
definitely a surprise for him.
Yeah, he mixed something up in the opening.
Yeah, this is what sometimes happens to Van.
Mm.
He always stares away from the board for like half an hour and does nothing.
Interesting.
Strange.
Strange, but time travel maybe be a question now. But I don't know, rook d8. Really? I like this queen g4. It was a good idea.
Okay.
Queen g4. Because he won.
He wants to play bishop h6.
But anyway, e5 pawn is hanging. Okay, queen g4. But anyway, it's a good move. And I was thinking, hey, I should have
Then what about
take the bishop.
And if I play bishop h6? Ah. You have queen e5?
I have queen e5.
Yeah, and nothing happens. Really? Uh-huh.
So if I were black, I would have taken the d3 bishop right away. Because otherwise you always risk something like this.
Yes.
And I don't like it at all. And after rook d8 I would be afraid that this one is coming. I don't know. It's not possible.
Okay, take. But now. Check. King g8. What? No, bishop h6. Right, somewhere.
I
Queen
would
f7.
throw this one in a bin or somewhere here and take on f7, but it's not possible, of course. So let's make this.
You
move.
like the tempo?
No, but it's
G6.
g6. So my attacking ideas are not working at all. So we have some suggestion, no?
And can you play bishop?
Take on b5?
What the heck?
No, it's better. So
Maybe bishop a6 instead of bishop h7.
this is a critical position, that's for sure, because white needs to find some attacking ideas right away, because otherwise black will complete his development and it will be over.
Yeah.
Strategically, this pawn is weak, and after taking on d3, also the d3 pawn will be weak, and if black guards his king side somehow, then strategically the battle is over. But in this concrete position, after rook d8, I like white's attacking prospects, but I'm not able to come up
you
with
have to find something now, otherwise it's just dim. So what should we do here?
I know. This, and after taking, I go like this. It was an option in the game.
Yeah, that is sweet. And after
No, it's actually winning. No.
What? You could have played it.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, but
Both
wait.
players-
After king 8, what do you do after king 8? King 8. What now?
Well, okay.
What? Checkmate me, Mr.
Because
Grandmaster.
I am a rook and a piece down.
Yes.
But I can make a draw.
Yeah,
No?
you can make a draw because I probably
No,
can't
it's not
afford
even
bishop f8, rook f1.
rook f1.
Yeah, I just want to take on.
And
take on
after
f8.
queen e7.
Bishop h4. Oh. Yeah.
We are not that bad.
We are, but we have bright moments.
But it was an option in the game. That's funny,
Yeah.
because
But
Vlasta
Van was playing
already-
for a win.
But Vlasta already took on d3, and this was a possibility. Sacrifice a whole rook.
Hmm. And do we have to take on e6 with a queen? Can we
Yeah,
not play
rook f1.
better?
Because rook f1 we always need
Yeah,
to
and
play
after
rook
king,
f1.
now you cannot play king e8 because of knight e6
No.
and knight g7.
This is totally over.
Okay,
So-
yeah, and after king g8 you just take on e6. No, this is totally lost.
Ha ha ha.
How come Vlasta did not see it?
Ha ha ha.
That is so terrible.
Ha ha ha.
No, you have to sacrifice a bishop on g2, but frankly, yeah, even knight e4 here. Why this is equal on material? Why is threatening to checkmate on g7 and also the knight on d3 is hanging?
But it's not
Is it?
equal material, it's a rook down.
Yeah,
but
you're just
anyway.
a rook down. Okay.
But anyway, it's
Okay, you have to
Totally winning
you have to play
position.
something. Just
No. Everything is
but
hanging.
the rook on d8 is hanging.
rook, knight, king is over, everything's hanging.
No, this is bad.
This is bad.
Okay, so Van could have scored another
And
win.
Yeah, a nice win.
Very nice win.
So actually, this may be a mistake because the knight.
You should have taken on.
The
on,
knight is
on
guarding.
this way.
The knight is guarding the e6 square.
Uh-huh.
Because now the combination doesn't work. So if I go like this, for example,
Uh-huh.
I cover this square. I cover f7,
Yeah.
and I also cover e6.
Yeah. Mainly you keep f7 under control.
Yeah. So this was a good move, but in the game,
Wow.
yeah. Oh my.
Rook f7. Wow.
Rook f7.
But
But
how long did
unfortunately-
he folded just for 2 minutes?
2
on
minutes?
CD3. Yeah,
It's
you
strange
see.
because
And those such things
it was
are.
a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
And missed golden
And
opportunity.
one usually sees such moves.
Yeah, it's a pity. It's a pity.
That is strange. Probably he was.
So now the position is strategically lost,
Yeah.
but somehow, somehow white survived this one. Knight b3 now it's. I mean, black has 2 bishops and such a nice bishop on b7. I mean, it should be over.
Not over, but you have to be
Knight,
careful.
Yeah, knight c5.
Yeah, why not
Knight
queen
c5.
e7 here?
Yeah,
Just
queen e7.
cover the c5
Yeah,
square.
yeah, yeah. Queen e7. Queen e7.
And now knight e5 is in the air, knight
Oh,
b4.
This position is so bad. And in the game he took on b2. Allowed white to play.
Why?
Oh my. Something strange happened in this. Oh.
Uh-huh.
So black sacrificed an exchange.
Yeah, but
totally unnecessarily because this queen e7 was completely fine and the position is strategically winning. Instead of this, they made such a mess.
Yeah.
They
Well,
grew-
Vlasta is not in good shape.
Well, it's a first game, you know.
Yeah,
It can be
sure.
tough. I mean, it's the first game of a tournament, and some. It just happens. I want to
Yeah,
stay
you're
polite,
right.
so I will not use the famous phrase. That something else happens. So, knight e5. Yeah, it's a funny move. What happens if I take?
Well, it happened.
Well, anyway, yeah, it happened. But anyway, both bishops are hanging, and it's
Yeah, you have to lose one of them.
yeah.
Okay, but black is to
2 pawns
Pawns
for
for
the
exchange, so-
exchange.
it's not that bad for him. This is about equal.
This is about equal. I mean, in such a game, I mean, both players will be satisfied with a draw.
Mhm.
Because,
But still, anything can happen here,
but
especially in the time trouble.
yeah, they are in a
they are
time
s- they
trouble.
are-
Yeah,
they are
let's
still
stay
nine
with this
moves
game
again.
because they are in a time trouble. The moves will come fast because they have only 4 minutes for 9 moves and 3 minutes for 9 moves, but of course with 30 seconds
Yeah.
increment. So after queen e3, I like white's position actually because I like
You-
rooks. I don't like bishops, so and nobody has a knight, so I like white's position. And of course the e6 pawn is weak.
Uh-huh. Okay, so say bishop f6 or bishop d4. It looks
Really?
logical.
But I'm losing the pawn.
Uh-huh.
I take the pawn.
You are.
Thank you very much. You need to,
No.
but it's not easy. Oh,
Can I
my-
play e5?
This is nice.
Okay, but queen c4 is hard to find. And by the way, what do you do after rook?
Yeah,
e1?
it's anyway bad. So
Maybe e5 here.
e5.
Can I play e5?
But I don't like black's position. I mean, all your pieces are tactically weak. This is tactical weakness.
but
I
this-
can play like this. And
But
I
this
have
pawn
initiative.
on e5 is a potential queen.
Potential queen.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's make some
I
moves.
don't like it. For example,
No.
after rook d2, just take on a6.
So maybe Tadeáš will score.
And after rook g2,
at
queen a8.
last. Because I like white's position. a lot.
Maybe Vlasta will find something. Maybe he'll offer a draw, and I think Ivan will take it.
So offer a draw.
Yeah.
It's a nice strategy.
That's the best move Vlasta can make now.
But you need to offer a draw with some move, and that's the problem. You need to find some not losing move to offer a draw. But I agree with you. It's a good move to offer a draw in such a situation because black has a huge elo advantage, rating advantage, and
Rook g2. He did
Rook
play
d2.
And that's queen b6, as we said. Oh, what? Ay, 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 ay.
So the second chance in this game,
And he took it.
it was used because the
problem is
position is.
We will have
over.
Vlasta here in a few moments, I guess.
Oh.
Because after rook f8, king h7, check,
Yeah.
you have to play g6. Check and it's over.
This is so sad.
Either queen g6 and mate, or queen a8.
Yeah. Perhaps a bad lunch. Because usually Vlasta, of course, you can see his rating, 2550. He plays a better chess usually.
He should have offered draw after queen
Offer
c2.
draw earlier.
Yeah, that was crucial mistake. No, but he was in a good shape, in a bad shape from the opening. See?
From the opening.
Yeah, he overlooked rook f7. He didn't play.
So
Knight
rook
d3.
takes b2, but it's very nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
It's very nice. It's a deflection of black's queen because the black's queen is covering this diagonal, and he already took on b2, and we are waiting for the mate. Rook f8, it already happened, and I think
Queen e4 and handshake.
queen e4. No, it's not handshake. I can make this one. So what? I will have to.
Okay, you will have to, yes. I agree.
Not okay with the queen down. It's a sad story. Because, okay, with a rook, sometimes it's possible to make a fortress.
But not
like,
this time.
No, I mean, this queen g7,
Okay, I took.
take, and if maybe somehow like this, and if e6 pawn has some immunity or whatever, then maybe I can make some fortress, but it's not
It
happening.
shouldn't be working here.
No, it's not working. It's very nice. It's very nice. It's winning for Tadeáš. He used his second chance in this game. And it's over now. Vlasta didn't play this queen g7 because it's hopeless. I mean, maybe
Then check on e5, I guess.
check on e5, but king f7.
Queen f4.
Ah,
Just show it.
oh,
Queen f4. So I force your king away.
No, the
and
position
that's
is
over.
lost. And after moving the king here,
I can just play
he can
a3.
play a3
And the problem with the rook is that it's too far away from the king side.
okay, we would have some problems with this position. I think we are not in a good shape, but the position is winning, so we are closing this topic. And black resigned. That's good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, computer shows +5. It should be like this. So congratulations, Tadeáš, because our junior team, he was the only one. He won his game, and other guys are losing because I think this game didn't change. Zbigněk will win this game, so it will be 3-1 in our check A, check B match. So that's over. And do we have some other interesting game, or we will make a break? So let's return to the crazy one. Which was the crazy one?
This one.
It's already over?
Yeah.
Black one!
Black won.
My side. Black one. This one with the king
Lucky
on
guy.
f3.
Okay, come on. He played rook b1.
And he was thinking for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
He fought for 15 minutes and found a way to lose the
Found a way
game.
to lose the game.
He should have played the rook a1.
Yeah,
definitely.
as we said.
Just okay.
Rook b1.
Rook b1. And now he could have played knight c3. Why not? What a knight c3.
I don't know.
Strange things happen today.
But okay, this bishop d7, it's also a good move. no?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's normal way. And this is...
This is. And now knight c3, yeah. Okay. This is plain nonsense from
oh
white.
my, this is a sacrifice.
No, that's that's desperation.
Yeah, that's desperation. I don't know, somehow...
Why
white,
did he play rook b1?
No, I mean, he just... yeah, he just made a mistake.
He just
In the time trouble, and after 15 minutes now, I think he had like 30 seconds for each move. So he was in a time trouble already. After bishop d7, he was not
Yeah.
able to come up with a good move.
probably this is difficult for
Difficult, yeah, difficult. With the king's position, and I was right. It was difficult to play for white in this
white.
position.
Especially if you make a mistake
yeah,
on
I mean,
move
you
one.
have king on f3, but okay, after rook a1 it was unclear.
Yeah.
This bishop e6 we found. So let's have a look how the game ended. No, but it was one check and nothing else.
94.
I mean, black is a piece up, and also black has an attack. So it's a sad story.
What else do you
Oh
want?
my king! Oh, it's a king hunt.
Check.
Oh, he
check.
took the rook. It's a massacre.
Hmm.
Oh, and he resigned.
Yeah, no checkmate.
It's
for
a
white.
best move in this position. Because no threat, and g2 is hanging and
so-
rook down.
So white went down pretty
yeah,
easily.
Yeah, white went down
He just
pretty easily.
collapsed.
Yeah, and such an interesting game. This knight takes a2, this was funny. The move of the round. Yeah, it was very nice. So, let's have a look the gross match. We abandoned this game here. And we said that Joanna unfortunately missed.
Yeah,
this
she just
king
blundered
X.
the pawn.
Blundered a pawn, but anyway, the game is normal. She should be able to hold this position.
Should she?
Oh,
Yeah, she's planning to build a battery, queen d3, and
built a battery.
yeah,
Oh my! Now she has a compensation.
she has a good compensation.
Somehow, black's.
She misplayed it somewhere.
No, this was not good. But maybe.
d5. I don't feel well about d5. Do you?
But anyway, I mean, the knight on d7, it's a stupid piece. Bishop on b7, it's a stupid piece. So maybe white
Yeah,
has some
maybe it's-
compensation.
it's
Because
not that clear.
it's still difficult for black with the open king and queens on board. So maybe, okay, Joanna blundered a pawn, but anyway, the position is quite interesting. And it's much easier to play with white in
Yeah,
the time
that's
treble.
true.
It's a strong attack.
Okay.
Interesting.
No.
Turning of the tables, and now the g5 pawn is hanging, and
G3,
g3
yeah,
finally.
Here we go.
Oh, here we go. That's a good attacking move.
Check takes.
Yeah, let's explain to this, but it's completely clear. But let's explain that after this you will take,
Yeah, and go to
and
e5.
the bishop goes to e5, and such move like queen e3, it's just one check. I go here, and it's totally lost
Yeah,
because you can't stop
that's
this.
over.
So it was the point behind g3. So
Well, in the end,
black's in trouble
it
because this is also bad.
Uh-huh.
So in the end, the attack worked.
Takes. You know, why?
Counter attack. But with no threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice because if you go here,
Yeah,
I go
checkmate
here.
you.
Like
You,
this.
you,
No. I go because you can go here. I mean, you will escape.
you
is
have
the
to
point.
you have to be precise here.
Check.
Check on d5 maybe.
G5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because then maybe you will have bishop.
King f8.
King f8.
Now check on f6
6.
or no. Okay,
But
go.
king go.
Go king g8.
Queen d8.
Queen d8. Yeah, but I can do it as well after queen f6, king g8, queen
d8, and now the
Okay.
in-game is hopeless, and otherwise you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I will eat something.
Eat
And
everything.
and remember, you have no checkmate here yet. Or do
Yeah.
you?
No. But I have queen d2 and knight a3.
So I have to cover the a6.
Yeah, but
square.
anyway, black has check and.
Okay.
What? Here? Oh, here.
Now what?
Oh, what?
Queen a7, mate.
Oh my. Oh my, we are not seeing
Yeah.
the mate in
And after
one.
queen
I
f.
can imagine
Yeah.
our authority is already 0, maybe less than 0.
Yeah, after
we are not able to see.
After
the
king
mate
f6, you
in-
just
yeah, the bishop
pull the
h
bishop into
parameters.
attack, and after king somewhere on the 8th rank, I just
Eat
took
the
your
bishop and eat everything.
and that's.
Finally. So, but she made queen a3 check.
King
That's
d1,
a good move.
and then you just start running.
Start running.
Run, Forest, run.
Yeah, start. It's the same like we analyzed.
And now you take on g5 and queen d8.
It's the last move of the time control.
Bishop a6.
I don't like bishop a6 at
You,
all.
you just check.
No. I need to
check
make
the
this
opponent
move.
to the end.
No.
Do
Yeah,
you?
but anyway, it's
I-
the same.
Okay, I take on g5.
Yeah.
Say, you go where? Okay, say you go here. Queen, or maybe better on f8. Now queen d8. I think it's all the same. You just take on c7. It's
Is it
it's
some
done.
direct made here? Queen g6?
No,
No, it's the same.
it's the same. You just take on g5.
Take on g5 to include this piece into the
Yeah.
attack.
You need to have bishop h4.
But this doesn't help this bishop a6.
You won't
Doesn't
have you won't have time to move the knight away.
And now Joanna can go, I don't know, to the bathroom and to have some coffee. And,
Yeah, or some computer advice.
no computer advice, but to come, took a break and have a fresh mind to the last few
yeah.
moves. Because I mean, it's important not to spoil it. It's
Mhm.
completely winning, and it's important to win the game.
Mhm.
So it's better to think a little bit, because she will have another 30 minutes.
Mhm.
So she can think, find a mate. It's not important not to rush in this position, because it's winning, and it's important not to spoil it. So we finished both of our matches. I think that we will make a short break, and then we will return to sum up this
Yeah.
round. I hope
And
we will
we-
find some guest
Yeah.
to analyze with somebody, because it's getting a little bit lonely here. So ne, ještě se vrátíme.
Zkusíme uhnat banán nebo
Ano. Já ti musím vyprávět kapesky.
jsem to viděl před dáma bere B7. Ne, jako co uvidí víc. Ještě 4 nohy dáma. Uděláme. Stalo se kůně 5, to se stalo, to je počítač. A tady vypadá jak normálně. No, jako oni se dneska vzali na takovou produktu. A ta pak taky jako to neměla moc. To byla úplně dvakrát.
So, I hope we are still online and we have visitors here. Czech players, Štěpán Žilka and Jiří Riedl, we analyzed their game. I hope I will find it. It was the
Takže posaďte pánové
attack here. It was this wonderful game and we have both players here, so I will switch places with them and let's talk. Guys, move. Speak on the
hello.
phone. You are online, I hope.
Yeah. Hello. So this is our game, and I was a little surprised about this Moscow gambit. I didn't expect. I was expecting some bishop e7 lines. Yes. So we played the main line. Yes, knight e5.
Jo, Martina, a tady nějak můžu i tahat na to, nebo? Jo.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about this line, so
Yeah.
it was a big
Yeah,
surprise to
so
me.
it was, fortunately for my opponent, it was a surprise. Bishop g7, yeah, and this is some classical main line, bishop d6. Now there are some, I think queen b6 is a mistake.
Yeah, queen b6 is probably the first
Yeah.
inaccuracy.
Yeah, so there are some theoretical lines like a6, a4, b4, and now I can try bishop takes b4, knight b1. I think even d5 is possible, but maybe it's better for a blitz game. So I think this a6 b4, it's one of the best lines. Of course, there's also possibility to play a6, a4, e5 with horribly deep lines, computer lines like bishop g4, probably the best move for white, and it's too difficult. But I think it's very good for white. So queen b6 happened, and I think, what do you think about the move? Probably not the
Queen b6. I was trying to get in the c5 something, but I never had the chance.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, I didn't check it with the computer, but I think that after e5 I should be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because c5, my idea was to take, now maybe queen
Queen
d4,
d4, queen d4,
rook c8 and
b4.
maybe
I
b4.
had to play rook c8.
Yeah.
You don't have to play, but what do you want to play?
Bishop f8 is the only other option, but
Queen c6, bishop f3,
f3. Yeah.
and bishop f8 I didn't
It's
consider
weird,
this move.
it's,
But bishop f8 maybe the b4?
b4 maybe, yeah, because the rook is hanging on.
I don't know,
a-
maybe the b4
h3.
move is correct because you cannot take with
No,
bishop.
yeah.
But okay,
I can
maybe
play
it's
knight
it's
e4, yeah.
knight e4. Ah, you are just too good in tactics. I'm not so good in tactics, so
But basically c5 was the...
c5 should be played.
Yeah,
if
but-
you don't get c5 in, you just...
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, but it
here
looks
I
really
think
strange
it
this move.
wasn't-
I can even play a4.
It wasn't possible. No, I think
I think
takes.
a4 is also good.
If I take the guy,
Which one? This one?
yes, that guy.
Yeah, knight
No,
b5.
I think knight b5.
This is just a mess.
Oh,
Knight e5.
knight e5.
It's just a mess.
Aha.
No, I
That's
think
what I want.
it's DC. DC5.
So,
dc5.
yes, so let's try this. dc5, knight c5.
Yeah, queen d4. And after, I think the only option is bishop f8, but after b4 I don't see it. Yeah.
This knight e4.
Knight
This is
e4
their
and
idea.
Queen
Yeah.
and queen b6.
Yeah, but everything is protected or not?
No. The
This bishop f8, b4,
b4.
knight e4, capture,
Capture.
probably take.
Knight b5.
Yeah,
and
this
then
is good
take.
for you. Now this is good, I think, for black.
Yeah, just take on d6.
Yes,
King
take on
Yeah,
d6,
no.
king d7, and I think if
It's
Yeah.
not that bad.
uh-huh.
yeah, Okay, maybe this
Maybe
c5 is
Yeah,
good.
we folded c5 is the
Yeah,
only
I
chance
was
for you
I
to
wanted
stay
to
in the game.
I wanted to
Because
play it,
after
but I
castle a4 b3 is
I wasn't.
Yeah.
it's just a
I,
massacre.
yeah, I would just have to think about this move c5.
Okay, I didn't see then
Yeah.
the bishop f8 and after.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, knight e4 I didn't see. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe computer knows something, but I don't. I'm.
This computer
Aha,
doesn't know
yes,
anything, so-
a4, cd4,
A4.
a5, but
What-
I was
Queen
looking,
takes d6.
but yeah, I was looking many possibilities. I don't know.
Mhm.
This is just the very opening position. I would have to think very hardly.
Yeah, and now it's
The
just
castles, in my
It's
opinion,
one-sided, yeah.
during the game, I thought that the castle is probably the best move for
Yeah,
black
I
because,
thought too.
in my opinion, during the game,
yeah after
the
something
c5
like
looked
knight e4
like
I
a
thought,
mistake to me.
I thought c5 was maybe possible after knight e4, but a4 is just
Yeah, now I think.
What do we do here? We thought this is just.
yeah I thought
It's over.
I realized.
I don't think it's over, but it's just.
What do you play?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what to play, but
There was like f6 or something. But
yeah,
after
f6. But I think f6.
a5
I can
and
even
knight
trap
a2,
your queen.
knight a2, yeah.
Yes, I can
was-
trap your queen somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately.
I think so. I
Knight
think
e2,
knight
but-
a2. No,
Knight
knight
e2 is better.
Knight to knight before. I just want to take.
I wanted.
Yeah.
It was.
Why not?
Yes, looks
just
good.
winning, yeah.
I saw
This is
these
why I
ideas.
didn't-
It looks pretty good.
Yes, I looked both the ideas with knight a2, knight b4, also knight e4 with c5, which is also good place for knight, of course. But okay, I would have to calculate. I didn't calculate. I was looking at f6, and f6 didn't look like a move I should be scared about. I think I can play a lot of good moves after f6, but this a5, knight a2 maybe probably clearly the best. Yeah,
there-
it's
therefore I
probably
think I must
very good,
play
yeah.
a6. but
Yeah, so in game a6 happened, and after b3,
b3, yeah.
this is complicated.
I thought it was
Yeah, but during the game,
Pretty clear to us.
of course, with Komodo, it
We
would
don't
be
have-
it would be
we didn't
immediately.
have Komodo.
Yeah, it would be immediately clear to me that this is a winning position. But without Komodo, it's a little bit more complicated. So c takes b3 probably the only reasonable move.
well, but yes, but
So otherwise-
still it's losing
yeah.
probably.
I don't know what else you can play. You can play this, but it's just bad because
It's resigned.
rook d6,
Yeah, and then it's knight e5.
You can try to take on e5
No.
with the bishop.
rook d8.
Yeah, but the
now it looks
position
it looks interesting, but after knight e5 it's immediately over. So this is not possible for black.
That's a fine touch.
It was, but after if you take with the bishop,
Where?
it's no instead of d
95,
cd
95.
95, and after the
Yeah, and I
It's-
think
it's
that
just
for
losing position, yeah.
for the queen I have just a million of pieces.
94, 96, and
Yeah. I think this should be winning for me.
yeah,
I don't know, but
It does look
no, it must be bad for black. I'm just too active. Knight e4, knight d6 coming, a5 probably, b takes c4. I think the black's position is collapsing, and 3 pieces it's just too much. 3 pieces with initiative is not good, I think. Yes, so
yeah. But now after cb it's ab.
yes, now I took. After this one, I wasn't sure
Yeah, I
if
think
I
knight
can
b5
capture
is
on
winning,
b5 or maybe queen b3 is
I
also
thought that
good.
Knight b5 was
Yeah.
immediately.
This looks
After knight
this
b3,
looks very easy
I
to
thought
me
knight
to
b8,
play,
yeah.
and if I
Yeah, this
take, now I was looking online like this: queen c1, queen c6 was a blunder because rook a6, isn't it?
Look, a6.
I don't know.
95. What the heck?
95? Oh, that's too crazy. This was my idea, but maybe not.
We
not.
thought that simply taking on b3 should be good enough.
Here taking on b3, yeah.
Yeah, instead of taking on b5.
On b5.
Yes, yes.
Just-
This
But
was
after knight
this
b-
was my
knight
idea
b8,
that
knight-
this is safe and comfortable
And
advantage.
Knight b8.
Yeah, you can,
have to play
but
knight b8.
after knight a4
Knight
maybe
a4,
it's
yeah.
a little complicated for you.
But it's the d4 is hanging.
Okay, if I play bishop c5 and
Bishop
then rook,
Bishop
c5.
c5, yeah, now it's possible. Bishop
Yeah.
c5,
I feel that this position should be winning for me.
yeah.
It looks like even after bishop c5, queen
Yeah, bishop
c7,
c5 is just winning.
maybe rook a7, then knight e4. I don't believe in black's
Yeah,
position anymore. So b2 looked like a good option.
Just to make sense.
Now I was calculating a lot of
knight e-
variations. I was calculating, for example, taking. It wasn't.
mate on g2.
Yeah. Now bishop f3. And here I was considering even rook c1. Take, and then I wasn't completely sure what's this mess about. Maybe knight c5. This was what I was calculating.
Oh god.
And Bishop
Bishop a7. Now you probably have to capture on d6, and it looked very good to me, but okay. I wasn't pretty sure that I can handle such a difficult tactics with 40 minutes without Komodo.
No,
It's just
knight
too.
a4 is the simplest solution.
Which one?
No,
Knight
knight
a4 looks
A4.
like a simple solution.
You could have taken on a6 probably.
Yes, this is another move which I was calculating horribly.
You want to just take
Yeah, I was calculating even this one
this
looks interesting. I think you must play rook a8, knight a4, and it's also I think very good for me. But
Yeah.
but okay, I had to make a choice. I can of course take on a1 with queen, which is also very interesting. This is a line I wanted to play the most.
Okay, bishop a8.
Bishop a8, a7. Now bishop a7 is a threat with a8 promoting, and now it's just too horrible to calculate. I see knight takes e5, and I just didn't want to play without rook. It's just I couldn't handle such a difficult tactic. Yeah,
knight a4 is very
I saw that the knight a4 is good move. I was considering, I was even calculating knight d5 a little, but it's just not good. For some reason, it could happen that the bishop g4 would be handy, but it's not. So knight a4 looks like a practical choice. Queen b5 is a blunder because of rook b1, and it's immediately over. So this way to make the ending without queen is not possible because I just kill black. So b takes a1. I think this is the only move that.
Yeah, but it was still losing after knight b6, knight b6.
Yes.
Queen takes.
Queen takes. After rook takes d6, I think I just take on a6.
Yeah, probably.
And I just destroyed the position.
And after a takes.
And without,
b5.
after a takes b5, I think bishop takes b5 is a possibility. I would have to calculate it.
I thought about knight, queen, queen a7. And
yes, queen a7 looks good, queen a5 looks good, and bishop b5 looks very good, I think. Because I'm protecting d4 pawn for another move. I'm threatening bishop a6, and this should just be over. After check and queen a5 now. I think I just destroy all there. You just cannot protect c7, and when you cannot protect c7, queen b5, and after protection, it's easy mate here.
So you agree with us that it was a conception with long castle?
Yeah, it was queen b6 and long castle was just a wrong plan.
Yeah, but this variation is just better when computers play this. But it's funny when people play this line because nobody understands what's going on there.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, and we are closing today's commentary because we are tired and we want to have some dinner or something. But it was very interesting. So Czech A team won 3-1 because Tadeáš was the only guy who won against experienced opponent.
And it was the biggest upset in this round, I guess.
Biggest upset. And we fell in love with this game, with king on f3, it was perfect. And what about our colleagues, Slovakian friends?
Slovakian friends are still fighting.
Still fighting. Oh my.
Still finding, but
Still fighting and no dinner.
this will be difficult. For
Difficult.
our friends.
And
Yeah.
what about the girls? It was 1-1 as we expected. No, Joanna is still playing, but I
But
hope
she's totally winning.
Eva Repkova won against Switzerland.
Just show the game, please.
Oh, they are still playing. It's no mate. It was our line with Queen D8 and taking. We had this on board.
Yeah. Can we just take the bishop? I see.
Hmm?
I see another idea here for white, but let's just try to take it. Okay, you can play Queen F8.
But it's lost.
But it's lost. It's just two pawns down. That's
Uh-huh.
too much. And if you, I don't know, just continue going somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah, you can.
King back.
Well, but
What is that?
no. I go King G6. No, or Queen.
King F6 is
Oh, no.
bishop H4.
Yeah. King F6 is bishop.
Yeah.
H4, and I can't go to G6 because it's protected. And after King E6 is bishop F5 here.
Yeah. That's sweet. That's very sweet.
Funny mate.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So, but she.
So she can either go into a lost ending or lose her bishop
But
on A6.
anyway, I mean, I can give the check
Yeah,
and
and
play
bishop
bishop H4.
That's much better. But
No.
you have to be careful about it.
Yeah,
knight.
yeah.
It's not so easy to
discovered
calculate.
check. Yeah, discovered check.
It
So
should-
I think your variation is
Yeah.
clear enough, and I hope Joanna will find it.
Yeah,
Because
she will not
Black
spoil
will
it.
have to play like this, and
Mm.
the game is totally lost.
Yes.
I mean, it should be over in few moves. So I thank you for your attention. We are closing today's commentary, and tomorrow we will be here again, but not me, but our friend Pavel Šimáček. So I hope it will work also tomorrow. So thank you.